Welcome to Babylon 5.
Zappos knew you would come.
I think I'll stick my head in the station's fusion plant, but...
You've lost much, endured much, sacrificed greatly.
Life's full of mysteries. Consider this one of them.
We are in the process of building the future.
Rangers never fly.
If you go to Zahadu, you will die.
All right. Well, I don't know why that screen. I'm so small right now. That's weird. I gotta get bigger. Hold on. Oh, don't ever hear that, ladies. All right, here we go. Hey, we're back. We're back, and it is now another Monday. It's more Babylon 5. We're getting closer to the end of season 3, and today we're going to cover 2 episodes, 15 and 16, and keep you waiting till next week because we didn't want to cover part 2, and I'm just nasty like that. So deal with it. And with that, hello. Happy Monday, and come on in. I'll see you on Twitch. I'll see you on YouTube. I'll see you in the street maybe one day. And with that, let's bring up our panel. The first we have, while we're waiting for other people to show up, is the man himself, who is always trying not to have a seizure.
Hello.
Hello.
You caught me with that one. Hey, everybody. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. You know, I got it in the bag for War Without in part 1. I mean, I gotta be completely upfront with this. But when we started all of this, I was just really trying to get to these 2 episodes. I mean, if we haven't gotten you by now, I don't think there's very much that's gonna really keep you here. But if you've been with us since the beginning, oh my goodness.
And there's some other news coming up too, so we're going to wait till the chat fills up. Next thing we're going to bring up is, of course, Kate, who has to deal with our bullshit a lot of the times. Hi, Kate.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are y'all?
I'm y'all good.
Y'all good? How
Y'all
are
good.
you doing?
I am y'all good.
Persons. Okay. That's not how that word works, but good luck.
Okay, thank you. And of course, we have the man who constantly plays Fortnite and paper. How are you doing?
Hey, Steven. Hey, guys.
Hello.
Wow, so professional. How you doing? Hey. And with that, let's greet the chat before we get everything into it. And let's see who got here first, who got here last, and who's going to show up eventually. We have Jester Sin saying, wavy face. Arwen with the hey y'all and Asmer. We have Zax. Hello. Who else do we got in here? So we have Keith, the movie geek, who's like War Without End Part 1. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Little John. And we have Mounds Elysium, who's literally saying Bester did nothing wrong. That's a lie. That's a big lie. We also have Stream Elements, who's telling me I streaming. Shush! Don't rat me out, Stream Elements. Don't do that. Don't fucking do that. And we also got Shane. Oh, wait, that's not Shane. Damn, chat jumped on me. We got Shane Nolan. Hell. I slur too on the Mondays. It's great. And yeah, the first episode we got up is, of course, oh, God, I do love it. And I'm trying to remember the name of it because I keep it's called Interludes and Examinations. Mm-hmm. And God damn, these 2 episodes are pretty good. It's a lot of building to the races. It's a lot of building the old, the new, and what's to come. And you're starting to feel that people are getting to the ramparts. You're starting to build up your defenses, but you're also starting to see who or what is willing to stand with you and against you. And it's these 2 episodes it can almost be a 3-parter in a way if you actually look at it. But we're only focusing on these 2. That's the opinion I see on it, though.
Yeah. I think this one's a little fluffy, but that's not like in a bad way, but it's like where a subplot is the main plot, but I see what you mean, whereas like the main plot, if it was bigger, it would be a part 3. Or, 1 of 3.
So I'll give a quick summary right now. We got interludes and examinations. This episode was released on May 6, 1996. And it was pretty much Garibaldi trying to get Franklin to face up to his stim addiction. We have Londo waits anxiously for Adira to return. Morden returns first, and he's always up to his shit causing as usual. And then we also have the Alliance to prove, or even ask Sheridan for viable proof, whether or not they can match the power and the tech of the oncoming shadows. And we start seeing Sheridan laying down some smackdown to Kosh himself. He's like, I'm tired of your games. And all of these things are showing that, I can't wait. I'm not spoiling more. Where do you guys want to start first on this first episode?
Wow. Fact that Susan Ivanova keeps a diary. Boy.
Yeah. The fact that it's a diary and not a journal is very interesting because a journal's public and a diary is private.
Yes. I'm sure she's got quite a few interesting tidbits in that diary.
Yeah. Okay. Go on.
Well, the fact that she's recording the fact that the shadows have stopped engaging in their usual, covert maneuvers and instead begun overt and open warfare.
They're taking the weaker planets. Yeah, you're right. You're taking the weaker planets first. Yeah, they're going all out. Yeah.
And in her opinion, they're random and sudden. And because of this, the atmosphere, she's writing about the atmosphere aboard Babylon 5. And rightly so, it's become more tense. And again, I do agree that this episode is kind of fluffy, but necessary. Mm-hmm. Because I'm thinking that if I remember correctly, I think I'm sorry. I was misremembering. I was going to say, it's about this time that we're going to have third space, but no. Third space doesn't happen at this time.
Oh, shit. Calm the decks. We have an author in the chat. Hi, Dang. How are you?
Hello.
Are you doing all right, brother?
Life happens,
Yeah, it does. That's how I was born, and they're still complaining.
It's a little more complicated than that for you to be born that way, but no. Maybe you're like a cow in the fields that just dropped one day. Oh,
wow. Thank you for the cow in the fields comment. Thank you. Glad you're tipping me somewhere. Yes, and then we have it. Okay, I got to quickly say, Explorer of the Multiverse, who has tried to get into Babylon 5, pretty much thinks there's too much talky. So this comment I'm going to read out loud. It literally says, this is the stream where we talk about Fortnite. Yes, the Fortnite of Babylon 5. The Fortnite before the war, the Fortnite before the Alliance, the Fortnite before the discussion.
Okay, but like a fortnight technically is like 20 days, right? So
yeah.
We've passed the fortnight for this interesting part coming up. Sorry, Ewan.
Yeah, but if there's so much talky, it must feel like one episode is 20 days long.
Okay, good point.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, thank you, Explorer, for always being the butters of this stream. Thank you. I love you, brother.
Ooh, he's meant tequila.
There's tequila?
What?
Man tequila. Remember when Butters went to Mexico? They were calling him man tequila.
He doesn't drink. No, I don't think he drinks.
I think tequila is butter.
We have Luis X Sparrows who jumps in with 14 days. So we talk like it's 14 days. I thought it was 14 days, not 20 days. You're waiting for Garibaldi Fortnite skin. Technically, Bruce Willis is in Warzone, so you can get Garibaldi there.
This particular episode takes
Fortnite.
We're not talking about Fortnite. We're scaring people away.
I mean, there's reason to think that you'll get exactly what you want, and Mr. Boxleitner might be involved next year because of anniversaries of things, Steven.
We'll get him in Tron.
Yes. Yeah. I wasn't going to say it out loud. Okay, there
you can
go.
Say Tron.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like Bouncy Tron, so it's not really Tron, but it might be in name only.
We already have the Tron skins, but
from the second one that everyone forgot about.
I have the bike too, but Mountain Lizard quickly jumps in with extract from the diary of Susan Ivanova. Dear Diary, I made 4 of the command staff cry And Corin won't be able to sit for a week. I need more coffee. Thank you, thank you, Elysium. And I won't give you
right.
and I was naked.
She's probably a little more deep than that, but okay.
Yeah, so we have all these people getting together. We got Franklin, who's literally looking like an addict, snapping and everything with the medical room filling in. We got Londo exciting, telling Vir, fill the room, get the biggest suite, fill it with flowers, lots of flowers. That's going to be expensive. I don't care. Fill it full of flowers. And we got Sheridan going, y'all need to step up and help me. Like now. Now.
It's the price of being the man.
I think it's the price of being the commander of a station that is neutral territory, but also their last best hope for peace. And a lot of it says now in the intro, it failed. I don't think it failed. I just think they're on the precipice of not having failure.
It just becomes its own sovereign entity for peace instead of a last best hope, perhaps.
That works too. And I would like to quickly say, everyone who's been here while the show's been going on, like I don't think a lot of us expected it be so popular, but we're having a blast every week. You guys supporting the channel, supporting the creators, like just thank you. Having to listen to my voice, I can't think it's easy. I really can't.
It's not. It's a
Shut the
fuck up. Well, at least Adega is straightforward and honest with what he thinks of people, I guess.
It depends on the day.
This day ends with why I even said that.
Oh wow!
But where do we want to go first in this episode? Because I don't want to take over. And honestly, I know you guys.
I think the bit with Franklin's interesting because he's so strung out. Like right away, he's completely strung out. And you can see all over Garibaldi's face that, like, I know exactly what's going on. I've lived this too. And he's just hanging in the wing there while Franklin's cohort. I don't know what level of doctor she is, if she's like the second in command, if you will, or not. I presumed that just by the nature of their back and forth. So that full introduction scene to this becoming a legitimate problem, like the precipice of the problem's good, and it's shot well, which is interesting because they go back and forth between the doctors arguing and then pan to Garibaldi, and it's like, oh, this is legit. This is where we need to start being concerned.
Well, it's not even just that. We're seeing Franklin in a light where his practice of being that doctor he's always proud of being and always trying to save a life no matter what the cost, even when it's the wrong idea to do, he's no longer doing that. He's taking fringe style. He's just going at it, especially when that body gets wielded in, and everyone else in the staff is going, what the fuck did you just say? He's like, we're going to do this, but we're going to do this now. And everyone's just like kind of like held back. Even Garibaldi is just like, dude, you got a problem. What about you, Keith or Adega? You got anyone else to add in that?
Well, as for her position, this is a 24-hour station. I was assuming that she would run when the night shift was in, or vice versa. And Franklin would run the other shift, but since he's high on roids, they overlap a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say at this point, while it would have been great to have Franklin step up and do his part, it's becoming increasingly clear that whatever secretive things they have going on, it's getting closer and closer to the time to just be open about it, because the shadows are out there now, and they're out there taking people out. So it's close to the put up or shut up time.
Yeah, it's pretty much we're literally seeing the smaller planets getting wiped out first. They can't defend themselves against these types of technology. We're literally dealing with an older race, and it's at the point now where it's either put up, shut up, and Sheridan's is now trying to get as many people from this alliance to join them, to stand up against this stuff. But they're still fearful. We have some races that are like, well, if we're not seen and we don't help, maybe they'll look right past us. It never works like that. an old race wants control of all races. They want chaos through all races. The Shadows are run on chaos. They want every planet at another planet. That's how they work. That's how they can find out who the stronger of the beings are.
Yep.
I enjoy the irony. Pardon.
Oh, go ahead.
I just enjoy the irony of the term non-aligned worlds guild or whatever the name is. It's like, okay, we're not with you, but we're not with you. So I enjoy the name. It's funny.
Yeah, I think it's the League of Non-Aligned Worlds.
Yeah, League. That's what they use. It's like, okay, but that means you are aligned. What's going on here? I just enjoy the irony.
I think it's. Hello. Oh, I think it's modeled on the League of Nations. Hello, Das Wolfling. And for those of you not up on your Earth history, League of Nations, that's World War I.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, I don't know
pre-UN.
No, technically there was a Eastern European League. They didn't call it a league though. That predated that even, and that was the late 1800s. Mm-hmm. So. It seems more like that because that didn't come to fruition because they were so much the same, but then didn't want to cooperate because they wanted to be sovereign, and that makes sense. So it's kind of more like that than necessarily the first attempt at the UN. Yeah,
or maybe they just mean that they're together to fight the Shadows, but everything else, like, they'll fight each other if they have to.
Yeah, I mean, I just like the irony of the name itself, and then how it transpires is entirely different. That's all.
Yeah, because then, like, probably some of the worlds that are in the league are like at war with each other, and they're probably the only way they would join is if they were allowed to still fight each other, and that. But as long as they were together and fighting the Shadows, you know.
The other problem with that is that they don't even know whether or not the races that are constantly at battle with other races is even been fueled by the Shadows constantly like interfering or causing that dissension. And we've seen that the way, but we've seen that the way Morden is. We've seen him on Earth. We've seen how Morden is driving that car right now.
He's like the CIA for the Shadows.
Yeah, but everything they're everywhere. They live on the chaos, and they will do anything to cause. They want to see who the stronger of the chaos they create, and that's what their whole etiquette, their whole religion, whatever you want to call it, is based on.
They kind of want to bring like they just go there and they destabilize. Like, they don't want to make it their actions fully. They want to feed the person's chaos and make them do it on their own.
That does make sense. Yeah. What about you? Yeah, that works too. What about you, Cliff? Oh my God, Adega. Oh my God, did I say Cliff? I'm thinking fucking. All of a sudden, I went right to Cheers for some stupid reason.
Does that make you Sam?
No, it makes me Norm.
Oh, jeez.
I like it when people shout my name.
Oh, I was just looking up. I sent you in a direct message a woodcut from the first Shadow War, what we saw here in our world.
Hold on, I gotta take a look at this. What you said to me? He said, I was expecting dick pics. Yeah,
don't do that
anymore. I'm gonna copy this image address and I'm gonna pop it up right here. I gotta say one thing though. Why is this not working? Why are you being a dick? Okay, hold on. Goddamn you, Twitter.
Sorry, I'm getting real with you guys with this one.
It's very colorful. Oh my God! Why are you not working? What is going on? Why must? Okay, hold on. This is being a dick now. Like, you think it would work after the 90th time of me losing my shit? Oh my God! What the?
I'm kind of concerned about what this is now.
There we go. No,
it's an EVS moment.
Why is it doing the StreamYards? Click the picture. There we go.
The Gremlins.
That guy's not shared yet. That's a very colorful picture. You're very colorful, bro. I love it.
That is a colorized version from 1561 of an alien battle that took place over Europe.
Wow.
So all this has happened before. You guys said worlds that they were overwhelmed by ancient races. Well, it happened here once before. Anyway, just throwing that in.
So basically, some aliens had a moment. You know, it was like the Springer Show.
Yeah,
it was like the Springer Show for aliens.
Mushrooms.
Well,
Minbari vessel, and there's
even older accounts than that. There's like a Halley's Comet is attributed to why a lot of Northern Hemisphere gods have one leg and one eye, or vice versa, and that's seeing that phenomena of a comet as a deity is similar to that of what
like Helios
lungs look like. Yeah.
Well, descriptions of the time had anything like that. They saw these cylinders and those little balls coming out of these cylinders, and they were shooting light at each other. Some crashed into the ground and caught in fire.
A comet can look like that, though. It can.
And
there's other
sky
yeah, there's other sky phenomena that look like orbs. But it's just how the light is reflecting off surfaces.
When was that?
What the fuck does that mean? I did what?
That was in 1561.
Mm-hmm.
And there were thousands of onlookers. It spanned several cities. And,
firework display, maybe?
They tried their best to do exactly what was description. They said there were flying crosses, there were small spheres, there were large cylinders. Big things that were traveling at slow speed that would hover over cities for a time. There's lots of. Oh, I like that picture.
Thank
Hot air balloons.
That's Judgmental Keith.
Is that Judgmental Keith or is that Plotting Keith? That looks like Plotting Keith.
Are you ratting on me, Shane Nolan? Are you serious? Like, yeah, he knows when I took that picture because it froze in the last Pop Culture Minefield. Yes.
Oh, gee.
Wait. Did you hear Steven was using your unhappy face as an avatar during Arwen's birthday stream? Funny. Yeah, I was also called Fatto for about 2 hours, so it's all good. Thank you.
Well, you pick winners there, dude.
I'll pick winners.
Yeesh.
But thank you, Shane, for ratting me out on my own stream. It's perfect. Thank you. But honestly, like, that's a fucking cool piece of artwork, though.
Mm-hmm.
That is.
There's a lot of Da Vinci stuff that's like this too.
Yeah.
So I guess no Lucy, no diamonds.
No Beatles either.
Okay.
They could have stared at the sun so long that, like, you see those spots and those streaks.
Why are we streaking?
No, like you stare at the sun too long.
No, why you're streaking?
Das Wolfen says, I would like to point out that the black spheres are actually brown in the original. Other than that, it is the same as the original. Yes.
Yep.
But this episode, I know everyone's waiting for the next episode to talk about. I know they are. Let's show a little bit of enthusiasm for this one.
I like this one. I like that Franklin pretty much just outs himself and owns up to his own failures and tries to take the time to figure it out. It's also enjoyable how Delenn is so she's like accidentally conniving when it comes to telling Sheridan what to do.
You need to go to sleep so I can watch you.
No, not like that. No, God.
Come on, we know Delenn isn't like that at all. It's like, I'm gonna watch.
It's kind of a sad episode too.
It is a little sad.
Well, honestly, if we honestly thought Delenn, we would just bring up the Keith gif. Hello, Straczynski. I'm gonna take it off, Straczynski. Yes, take that shoe. Oh yeah, B5 reboot. Oh, red wine is so good. I'm done. All right, back to the show. I'm sorry.
Okay. And it's also funny hearing Vir describe women's clothing. You can't just say, variety of women's clothing. He gets all caught up in what it actually is instead of just being vague. Because he doesn't seem to know how to do that.
That does make sense, too. Yeah. Does anyone have anything to add? Because I know I've probably missed stuff. I'm a little rusty with this episode, but like the way this episode just feels in general is a lot. It's not just the the examinations and interludes. It's a lot of subterfuge underneath too. We got Morden. Morden's just being a dick all over the place, and I love that when they have that one scene where he's in the red and he's like, "Oh no, we still give him alive." And you see Londo, he actually hears that whispering, and like he's not even turned off by it. He's just like, "What? What is that?" He thinks it's part of the station or whatever, and you just see as he walks away, Morden's just like, "No, we still need him alive." And it's just like we have other ways to get to him, and I love that. Like that guy is always—he's like a chess master. He's playing like 3 or 4 steps ahead in this episode.
I think with Londo, though, when he was hearing things, there's another. Sorry, the dog's talking. There's another episode where he's at the royal court, and you actually showed a picture of it when he's walking by drunk. I won't get into details, but he says the more visible you are, the better it is because everyone there is trained not to look, not to listen. You just do your job. And he's the same way. So he hears those noises, but he's trained not to look or pay attention.
It's actually quite smart because it's the way we have the whole pretense with the way Delenn is telling, like, we can't let them know we know. We can't let them know like everything. And it's delivered along the same ways and layers without even realizing they're talking about the same thing, but not.
Well, that's like what I mean, because you have Sheridan's response. Why does everyone sound like Kosh? It's like anything that's blatantly in front of him, he just misses.
Elysium quickly says there was writing from the 8th or 9th century China on the report of the emperor, on a report to the emperor on an event. The official report was that there was nothing to worry about. It was just the wind making the stars move. Really? And Wolfen jumps in with my favorite sentence so far tonight. Morden is always a dick. Yes, I agree.
With a punchable face. See, that's the thing. We got to have a punchable face off with him and Bester.
Oh, jeez.
They were like Mike Tyson's Punch Out, the Babylon 5 version, and they just stand there and you just keep smacking at them. It's like 50 score, 100 score, combo breaker. Morden.
I'm just going to hit you once. I'm going to hit you and stop your heart.
Okay, I'm going to kill you as respectively as my individuality and just smack your side to the lumbar.
I don't have to bite your ear. I just need to punch you right in your chest. Your heart to stop.
I'm going to smack it so hard that other Mollari is going to feel it in the bone, you know? Just
that's a little too perfect.
Mumberries?
Mumberries. I'm going to punch you in the mumberries.
I hit him so hard, I got a telegram from his grandma back in 1856. He said, ow.
Holy shit. Oh my god, Keith. Oh my god. Why haven't you done Mike Tyson shorts yet? Oh my god, Morris did everything right. Oh my god. I just like to make sure that when the Garibaldi's down, I'm just punching the crap out of his linguinis and stuff. I call it the linguini 1 and 2. Pop, pop, old Macy.
Thursday called. They said they looking forward to seeing your head arrive with the rest of your body.
I did not bite his ear. His ear jumped in my mouth. God damn. Hey, I'm sorry, Mom and Dad. This is from my mom and dad. Yes, these are my friends. Oh my god. Oh shit. But hey, Wade, I see you on the other channel. How you doing?
That's gold. You really do need to make some videos on that.
I like to tell you something about Babylon 5. You know that it's introducible.
My brothers can actually do a better Tyson than I do. So.
Oh my god! Can you record?
We used to have our own Tyson off where the 4 of us would get together and we start just doing Tyson. You know, especially when you order food and they ask you what you want. It's like, I want that one sandwich, the one that's had that, like, it tasted good that last time. The one you served me, you know which one.
The one with that mustard and the lettuce and the bread. I like the one with the bread. I love that statue with the bread. You know, I mean the sandwich with the bread.
Yeah, Morton guy. He's just begging for me to hit him. I hit him all right. I hit him up. I hit him Mike style. I'll keep punching him until like something break.
I'll
Like
keep
in
hitting
mine.
until I hear the bell.
Oh my god.
And with that Mike Tyson moment, I'm going to quickly. I don't know the drop the video. Let's do this.
Has made some bad choices.
Punchable face right there. Just like.
Hey, Tickle Truck. I know you're looking while working, but you do have your invitation. Hail, Steven's mom and dad. Really, Shane? That has to be.
Well, I mean,
Mike, can you imagine Mike Tyson in the Muay Thai from TKO?
Yep.
Oh, Jesus. Babylon 5, what character would I be? I'd probably be Londo.
you? No. No.
Well, there goes my self-confidence. I'll be nobody. I'll be the station. I'm big enough to be this. Okay, I'll be the station.
Stop assuming.
You could be the voice that the station had of it when it had its AI.
Oh, thank you. Your mom and I have been talking, Jeebus. You're not coming back next week. God dang it, guys. All right, well, welcome to Babylon Tyson. This is great. You're all a bunch of dicks.
Well, you got plenty of
You're all a
Bester.
bunch of Mordens. That's all I'm going to say.
No. You got plenty of Bester pictures. Pull it up. Let's see which one's really punchable. They're both so bad.
I'll work on something for next week, and I'll have like the Mike Tyson puncher dude, like from the Mike Tyson game. But I'll just have Mordens and their guy's face side by side.
Fancy.
I am not drunk at a strip club like Londo. What? No. I don't go to a strip club during the day.
If you're Londo, then Explorer's Vir.
Do you want to come back next week, Jeebus? Because you're reaching that point, motherfucker. You're reaching that point.
Because he's in the champagne room drinking milk.
I want to see Mike Tyson face off with like Chappelle's Rick James. Like, you hear, Mike? You hear? Slut.
Yeah, but like, he's tiny compared to Mike Tyson, so isn't he? I don't know.
If I could
He'll be
any
eating his
character,
5-course meal to a straw.
Oh my God. If Explorer's Vir, holy shit, what the fuck? Oh my God. Yeah, you guys are crazy.
Oh, yeah, that seems a little. I wouldn't say that, but you brought it on yourself, dude. Sorry, everyone thinks
This
that.
got weird. I imagine Morden earning a little cash on the side, selling property on Nard. Yeah, he's probably selling Narn carts or shit.
Otisburg.
Oh my God. Who put Otisburg on there? You went to a different franchise. You went to Superman at this point.
Well, it's in space, so it's space property.
But getting back to the episode that we've fully gone off track right now. Where should we pick up? We got a VIP suite full of flowers. We got Londo looking like he's gonna get some. We have Morden in the undergrounds planning shit with all the creepy cast he can hire, and we got Sheridan about to approach Kosh. He's like, you need to step the fuck up now. But this comes at a cost. It does. It comes at a big cost. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And he's a little Sheridan's pretty hot-headed, so he didn't quite understand what he was asking for at the moment. And
But Kosh even tells him.
He does. He straight up says what's going to happen, but he doesn't understand. He just takes everything as metaphor, and I can see where that would happen. But I mean, most people probably be like, it's time to put up or shut up, and that's what he wanted, and he got what he wanted.
Yeah.
I don't think he understands that whatever the Vorlons do is like planned, and like if they go off the plan, what they were gonna do, there's dire consequences.
Mm-hmm. But it ends up being interesting as it progresses, because it's just like the subplot that should be the main plot, but it's kind of not, and it's like they know what they're doing, and you're being impatient, and it's just he doesn't want more casualties, and it's reasonable to not want more casualties.
Sheridan's also very lucky he got Kosh and not some other Vorlon.
Right.
That is true, but I think Sheridan's also at another point now where he's fed up. Like he's even stated this. He has been betrayed by his government. He's been wanted dead by other races, and it's been a constant battle, not only trying to maintain the station and the trust of his crew, but seeing whether or not the trust is reciprocated. And he's getting to that boiling point. And I don't think if Delenn was never there, I don't think he would have been as strong as he is right now.
Well, if Delenn wasn't there, he probably would not have made it past his first month on the station. Oh, you mean just for the story? Okay.
Okay, put your thing back away. All right.
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily that she. I think she just challenges him in a way that other people aren't courageous enough to do so. And so he ends up having to think of things differently.
Yeah. Well, she's also someone who is very experienced, I think, in matters like this. You know, fighting this war, technically she's been at it a lot longer than he has. I mean, he is definitely a soldier, but Delenn has a lot more experience in dealing with the kind of grayer matters of events like this. And having operated in the shadows for as long as she has with the Great Council, you know, it's just easier to keep a lot of secrets and try to keep things on the down low.
Do you think though she's actually worked in the shadows, or she's been working in the gray? Because she wasn't fully in the dark about stuff. She still had like I said, the Great Council, but she also was the Rangers were being formed. She knew of things from past and present without the actual the knowledge of why these things were linked in and we're going to get into it in terms of the next episode, how people's circles are closing, and we'll get into more of that later as we switch over. Shane Nolan quickly says politics and economics and espionage. Pretty much, that's a good reference right there.
Well, here's another thing too that I think a lot of us miss. When you see the way she acts, and I am almost positive this is deliberate, she smiles more, moves faster, has less poise around Sheridan than anybody else. Meaning she can be much more her half human than she could be the Minbari. She acts completely different around him. It shows that there's a tie and a relationship there, and I think they do that really well.
Yeah, they do.
Well, I mean, I don't think they've actually had their first. I mean, I think the first time they actually really crossed that line as far as their relationship is probably in the next episode. So, for right now, it's a lot of infatuation, you know.
Still, she does treat him different.
Yeah.
It's a slow burn. I wouldn't say it's infatuation. It's not like it's superficial. It's just a slow burn.
True. It is a very slow burn.
And
well,
Zach,
that's about to get speeded up.
Yeah.
Unfairly.
And Zach, so Rey Palpatine, I'm going to correct you there, was the second strong female character in the history of fake. No, that was Captain Marvel. And we got Arwen. The best walks and polish scene is in the end of Dogma. Woman, hello, Black Dragon. I didn't see you in there. Hello, Arwen. Good women do that. And then we have Ptolemy's me and hello. No one. I will not acknowledge whatever the F Rey Palpatine is. No, I will not do that.
It's a blip. There's much more fascinating fictional characters than that.
Like Oprah.
Oh yeah, might as well be.
And
A Wrinkle in Time.
Yeah. Mountains of Elysium. Sheridan is the son of a great diplomat, coupled with his military background and idealistic outlook. He's the only one capable of standing up to Kosh and getting them to act as they expect others to. I think it becomes more than that. I think Kosh, in a way, cherishes Sheridan because he knows more than letting on, or he or she knows. Whatever Kosh is, knows more than most do. And I think Kosh is getting angry because he wants to see how far Sheridan is willing to go and whether or not it's worth what Kosh wants to save his help for, and we'll see that later on in this episode. And we have Mr. Tickle Trunk joining us. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Oh, sorry. Doing all right.
Okay. You need a hug? Keith, you want to give a Mike Tyson hug?
Hey, Tickle Trunk. Hey, have you do you like flowers?
You want to hug it? Take a chance. You want to get in there?
It's even funnier because you can't even get a sentence out.
Just get in there and just have my big punching hands and around your neck.
You can't be making fun of me. You can't be making fun of me. Because then I have to hold you. And I promise not to bite your ear. But I'll have to hit you in the chest and stop your heart.
I just want to say, take a chunk. I have been studying this book of philosophies.
He's selling weed now. Mike Tyson.
Sorry, I had to mute myself. I was laughing so hard I started coughing.
I had to cough when I'm punching people in the chest because the heart stops.
I've been practicing for fighting shadows my entire life.
Shit, Mike Tyson's been. Oh my god.
Keith, can you do us all a favor and never change?
Yeah, please don't.
Please. I don't mean keep doing that voice. I mean, just don't change. Always be.
Oh shit! Why did I go? I said, "Oh shit! Fuck, broke this shit again." Fuck. Mike Tyson in the interweb. I think that's the right image. I think I got it. I got it.
So where are we going next after Mike Tyson keeps popping up with fist pumps?
Oh man, a fistful of mics.
Fistful of mics, you say?
I'll let you hold him. I'll hold him. I'll take his milk money first.
But let's see.
Don't let Mike whisper in your ear, Tickletron says in this. Oh my god! All right. So anyway, okay. What we gotta add next? I know everyone just wants to get to the next episode. Like we're gonna see this.
What did we miss?
Oh, we forgot to talk
missed
about Clint Howard's dad rants.
Yeah.
We're also forgetting this. This is one of the most brilliant scenes where that angry finger comes out. Why am I talking like Tyson still? Fuck. And we get Sheridan literally laying the smackdown on Kosh because he's tired, man. He want you know the shadows. You should be stepping the fuck up at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else have anything to add? This is so great.
The desperation in this is really good as well.
Oh, how's the desperation so good? Go ahead, Tigger. You haven't been here that long, so we're waiting for memes also to show up by Mumberry time too.
We got 15 minutes ish.
Like Boxleitner's he's such a good actor. You can sort of tell he's at the end of his rope. Like, you know, he's saying like, "If my own people want me dead, you want me to fight this war? Let me fucking do it."
I've already fought for the users. Now I need you to fight for Babylon 5. That was a Tron joke for those that got it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he fights for the user.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
He fights for the accuser. Let me tell you something.
Keith, you gotta warn me. I can't drink when you do that.
I guess I'm kind of disappointed there's no like Flint arcade at all in this show. That's the one thing that disappointed me. Like, there's no even like teeny tiny inclining of a Easter egg. Could have done that, but you know, whatever. It's okay.
In his room, there should have been a little model life cycle sitting on a desk somewhere.
Right?
Yeah. Identity disc.
I mean, I love how they do the callbacks to their own callbacks, but like the little things like that are the best. They're truly the best. Best.
Sheridan forces him into a corner because he's tired of all the shroud and secrecy. He's ready for answers. Yeah, but Kosh ain't taking it. Kosh actually gets angry and slamming him against the wall. I guess with what telekinesis at this point.
Yeah.
Energy. Because they go to the lieutenant. It's like there's unknown spikes in energy. From
But it
where?
gives him like a little scratch.
Kosh
Yeah.
essence.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, Kosh. I'm pretty sure they derived Kosh from religious texts of some kinds that
So
focus on
Kosh is
energy.
like the cat from Captain Marvel.
There's a cat.
I don't know if he's the
Nick
cat.
Fury's eye. On Captain Marvel, remember, like Nick Fury loses his eye.
Never saw the movie.
I try
Like
not
a
to
little
think about
cat.
that movie because I would like to keep what's left of my eyesight. And we got what is this? Sheridan forces him into a corner because he's tired of all the shrouded secrecy. He's ready for answers. You never read this? I think I'm having a deja vu at this point. All right, yes, I agree. Oh my god, like this. I don't. Yeah, you're right. This episode is fluff, but it's not fluff, but it is fluff. What did you guys think of the whole Garibaldi about to go in and like find out about why does his name Franklin's name just
Well,
left
yeah,
him?
how he very strategically tries to get the information from his colleague, and she's like, no, I'm not doing this, so he does it his way, and then backpedals because he wants to talk to his friend. He doesn't want to have to do this diplomatically with his job.
And Six jumps in, thank you for being a modern member, and says, does this finger smell like ether?
Hey, Six.
Gross.
Maybe.
No one
Might
wants
smell
to
like
know.
I think Kosh does. I think Kosh, like that environmental suit, is enough for those smelly things around the sides. He probably smells a lot more than most people.
It's energy. How does that have a smell?
I don't know. Biosuit filters out scents. It could have everything. Boss Woman says Goose in the movies, Chewie in the comics. Okay. And then we have, I know I said something else, but I can't read it. This scene alone makes it not fluff, for we learn a lot more about Kosh and Sheridan's relationship when it comes important. It does, because eventually Kosh just gives in, going, so I will do what you ask. But it means that when he goes to Zahadum, he's literally telling Sheridan, "You're going to be going there no matter what." Like, yeah, you told me I'm going to die if I go to Zahadum, but like, I will not be there, and that's showing that he will be utterly alone. There'll be no psychic link or whatever Sheridan has the relationship, the link with Kosh. It will not be there when he goes or as he arrives there.
See, that's another thing too. And Keith or the rest of you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I think this is the only time a Vorlon actually does what somebody else wants them to do, instead of only doing their own agenda until the very end.
Well, I think that's what made Kosh different. Kosh was different because I think on a certain level he had begun to really admire Sheridan, and I think he was kind of tired of a lot of this. You know, just the seemingly game playing. I think he was done for the most part.
He also imparts parts of himself onto humans, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And he may be the only one that does that.
They got that from the Centauri.
Mountains of Wisdom quickly says, I guess Kosh smells like lavender and tacos. That'd be interesting. That'd be very interesting.
That would be interesting.
The energy's not going to have a smell, guys.
And Congressman says, yes, Shane, I hit my 70 hours. Tomorrow I get to get my recap hours, so I have to work with the hours that I used. Oh, okay. And Arwen quickly jumps in with, Kosh is an anomaly. He is. We have 139 people watching. Where the hell are these people coming from? What the hell? We have 118 people lurking or watching on Twitch right now.
Cool.
I just want to say thanks for watching. I don't have to get nobody no more. And yeah.
They're here for the fight.
I heard that you're going to be biting tonight with my Philosopher.
I don't bite ears. I don't bite ears. That's bad form. But I'll hit you hard enough to stop your brain. I mean your heart. I get them mixed up. Which one's in your chest?
That's your testicles, Mike. That's your testicles. Like he's waiting for you to take him off camera.
Oh gosh!
Trying not to laugh.
Yeah.
Are you good now, Keith? Do you like a pass of salad?
I'd like to think that I am good. Yes.
That's fantastic, Mike.
All the hour, yes.
Okay, all right. I know we're getting close to the hour. Like, and memes, you're still late. I don't know where you are, but like, any favorite parts of this episode before we get into the first part of that two-parter a lot of people want to talk about, because I know it's going in there. Black Dragon, hold on quickly, just jumps in with Kosh was different from the others of his race. He respected humans. I think it was more than just humans. I think he respected the younger races and saw their potential. And I think that's what he differs from the other Koshes we see later on, if there is any more.
Yeah, because he did go to Jakar, which also says, because there was earlier references where he just said, let the Centauri and the Narn die off. But there he actually paid attention to Jakar, helped him through things. So I think you're right, Stephen.
Yeah. I think it's the way, if we want to go in reference, we can look at it like Doctor Who. Not the new crap, but the way the Doctor not only loved the human race and loved Earth, he loved all life and respected the younger races and everything else to go their own road, grow their own path, have their own evolution, watch their failures, watch their successes, and grow. And I wish that we got to see that a little bit more with Kosh, because he wasn't very vocal. He was very shrouded in mystery. But at the end of the day, you can sense that he had a sign of protection against other things that weren't as advanced.
Mm-hmm. If I had to pick a scene, it would be the dream, Kosh in Sheridan's dream. Because of what it means to the overall plot. And here we have another character who started out with us from the beginning, who is, in a sense, leaving us. So, and someone who, now having seen the series, would have helped to make what is about to come, I think, a little bit easier. So, especially for Sheridan. So.
Yeah, this episode, though, does end in tragedy in a way at the same time. It's because we're starting to see that the sacrifices made aren't the sacrifices gained. And it's
hard to see it sometimes. You're in the middle of something, and it's hard to see what it will cost you. Because that's really what you're experiencing right now. You have a few characters that are walking in, especially this season, that are saying, hey, now is now, and that's great. But some of you are trading on what will be, and you're spending capital that you may not have.
Did Kosh
in this case,
Sheridan like a son?
I don't know so much about like a son. He respected him. But I think,
because how come he appeared as his dad?
Well, that's the way to interpret. He look. I think he sees Sheridan like he sees a lot of Earth people. He looks upon humans, especially, as being a race that kind of having an Obi-Wan Luke type of relationship, more of a mentor. If his people hadn't have been operating the way that they had always had, I think Kosh could have very well have tried to act like a mentor. And maybe in the past, considering they're one of the older races, that's what they started out doing, and everything just sort of changed over a couple of millennia.
Das Wolfen quickly jumps in. I think they dealt with addiction in this episode. They did, and they also dealt with the way they dealt with addiction is that there are people out there can rely on you and still have trust in you, even though they know you're falling, and they don't want to break that trust. And Garibaldi and his choice to not go into the private records was a prime example, because a lot of people don't want to be looked upon with their addiction as a monster or weak or someone that can no longer do their job. They want to be looked upon as a human being that is just struggling. And we sometimes forget that even in our day and age. They're all kids to Kosh. Yes, in a way I do agree with that too. He's like a parent or a shepherd or even like a babysitter. Yeah.
Babysitter might be a little harsh, but yeah.
He's like nanny or mother babies.
Oh man. Yeah. So How does everybody rate this episode then?
It gets a 6 for me, honestly. It gets a 6, maybe a 7, but it was not up to the standards I'm used to, and maybe I'm just being a little bit more finicky on it this time. In a way, the show's Gandalf. I have yet to hear "You shall not pass."
I wouldn't say that at all. He's not like Gandalf.
No, they established he's Merlin, like last episode.
Yeah, I could see that.
Still wizards, still sorcerers, so in a way, kind of.
Yeah, magic, energy. That's like the whole point. I'm serious. Like, there's a lot of Hindu influences in this show.
I'd have to say 7 as well. 7.5.
Yeah, it's just it's filling, but it's not filling in all the ways we expect. I think that's the way I can describe it right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, it's not just Kosh that leaves us, We
lose. Londo loses someone too, and we're actually that's a good point, because before I even do that, I wanted to bring up that, and that's when they're waiting for that transport. You have Londo and Vir. Londo finally realizes that this is one of those things where his choice is no longer affecting him; it's affecting the lives of around him. And Adira was one of them. And and when you see that body bag, you're just like, shit. And I think that's the same moment for him. It was like when he saw the not the rail guns, but the what were the weapons? The mass drivers they were using. Yeah, it was the same look, but this was no longer the same look at all the way through. It was then the one of sorrow and loss and broken heart. It was all in one. And Vir didn't know what to do for him anymore. What do you rate this episode, Kate? Sorry to get all depressing.
No, it's fine. I like probably a 7-ish, like a very mild 7. Because the parts that I enjoy, it's because they lead somewhere, and then there's other things that like seem out of place at the moment, but then they make sense later. So
I also kind of sorry about that. Go ahead.
It's a lot of character development. So.
That's pretty much Elysium Queen says any episode with Vir floundering over describing lingerie is at least an 8. Okay, I'm picking out my lingerie ever.
You wear lingerie
only when I'm streaming. Edible underwear. What about you, Adaga? What would you rate this episode?
I'm with Mountains. I give it an 8. I think simply because it's not, to me, it's not a filler. There are interactions and lacings in the story that really build on things to come, and anything that builds, it's still part of the whole story that's important. And then we didn't spend enough time, simply probably because there's going to be more to it in the future, but the whole addiction thing doesn't get represented well enough in most shows, and this was done showing not only addiction but the interactions between friends and how it deals with a friendship. One particular outcome, and it actually went the way it did, which I thought was brilliant.
Now, what about you, Jeebus? That's actually a good point, Jake. I do like that.
I give it an 8 because I like the Rance Howard appearance.
And you, Mr. Smoopy?
I don't know if I can add anything that Adega said, but I think I agree with everything he said. There's also this is putting Londo on the path again. This, like he said, this is the first time that he's actually been happy, and that was taken away from him. And now I think if we go back to the mass driver scene, if that happened in the next episode, he would not have the same look on his face. He would probably just look dead out the window.
So kind of he at this point, it's where you think he's lost the last of his Centaurinity?
The last of his compassion, I think, might have been snuffed out for this day.
Yeah, and it sucks, man, because it takes so long to realize that the choices you make can end in such fucking turmoil.
Oh yeah.
Londo's at that right now.
You know, there's a parallel there too that you made me think of, Tickle Chunks, with Londo being happy and then rage at the end. When you think of Delenn, there's the humans out there, happy to see him. They blow the crap out of our ship, then she's in rage. You know, it repeats itself.
It insists upon itself. It's like poetry.
Well, I think also it's about understanding realistically how much forgiveness plays in life. You know, it's important to reach that point. It is something that comes across in Jakar's story. Very important. It's something that definitely plays out for the Minbari, and especially with Delenn, in a sense. Especially in her relationship to even Jakar, how that has changed. There's an arc to that. And then almost kind of the reverse with Londo, even though we as an audience are allowed to see things that the other characters aren't allowed to see. So we have a better understanding of what's going on with Londo, which makes it even sadder. You know, like in life, there are sometimes, you know, things that can go on with people that, you know, we may not notice, or depending on what they do, that becomes centermost in our minds without thinking what may be behind it or why they may have done the things that they've done. And that's also a part of what Michael Garibaldi was, who he was when he came onto the station. You know, this was his last chance, you know, forgiveness.
So yeah, and he busts his ass, especially with his loyalty to Sinclair, and you see that day in and day out. He's willing to give his life for Sinclair, and it's just.
And it carried on to the next commander as well.
Yeah,
so.
it did. The Mountains of Elysium quickly jumps in with, I would not describe Babylon 5 as having filler episodes, more like mortar episodes, cementing the greater story. JMS uses those episodes to build the world masterfully. I will tip my hat and agree to that. And Bester did everything well. But yeah, that's the brilliance, and I can kind of agree with that.
And Peter Jurassic's acting in that scene when he finds out she's dead is just it's so good.
It is.
Like how much of an actor he is. Like he goes through, like his character doesn't usually smile genuinely. It's usually like a grimace, or he does it when he's making fun of something, or he's picking on someone. So it's actually a different smile, and then it turns into like sadness, devastation, and because you know you can't, you don't want to stop the camera and have someone run up and put tears on his eyes and then run away and run the camera again. All they do is he just turns around, and it works so well. And you know, Lennier not, you know, wanting to comfort him but not wanting to touch his shoulder was a really nice touch. I love that. I love that. I absolutely love that scene.
It is a brilliant scene because he doesn't want anyone to see him emotionally weak, and it shows. And yeah, you're right. You're not going to get acting like that, and I think that's why a lot of people are iffy with the whole reboot being announced. So, other than that,
well, if they get actual actors, like theatrical actors, there might be some possibility that it'll happen, but that I don't know if that's the road they'll go, is to get actual professionals who worked in theater and things of that nature that require artistic integrity.
I'm with you. I hold out hope that there's going to be top it's actors and actresses.
Yeah, there's still a possibility. It's just not going to be from the pools that are obviously based on nepotism.
Yeah. Right. And a quick shout out to Kaylee. Hello, how are you doing? Good to see you here.
What's up, Kaylee?
Okay.
Oh my God, are you really going Mike Tyson on us right
now? Watch out, Mike might bite you.
I bite everybody. Sorry, that was not Mike Tyson at all.
Well, I'm a non-ear eater.
You're a narn eater?
He's a
I'm a non-ear eater.
And
Don't make me
there,
hot.
Memes has jumped in with, "Hey guys, what's going on? Your lack of a Timex."
Hey, the normal under-over is over this time, so I hope your day's okay, Memes.
Mm-hmm. That means it's gonna pop in real soon. But yeah, this episode was good in its own way. It just, for me, it was just kind of all over the place. I'm just more excited for the two-parter. And ladies and gentlemen, before we do anything, since now Memes is here, before we get to the next episode, I have a kind of announcement to make.
Okay.
Just as cool as I can.
You are blurry
Hey
and
guys,
breaking
what's
up.
going? Oh, I am bad. Can you hear me now?
Sort of. You're all choppy and stuff. Turn off the porn. And he's gone. So we're going to wait for Memes to get back quickly. I hope he does, because I'm on the screen really big all of a sudden for some weird reason. Oh, someone just broke their chair.
Oh, no.
I'll be right back.
All right. We also lose another person in this episode, and that is Kosh.
Yeah.
We lose Kosh, and I think that's why he was warning Sheridan. It wasn't just about the fact that he wouldn't be there in Zaha Doom, but his actions now instead of later cost Morden to play his hand.
Yep.
And with that, they are no longer having a Vorlon there that cares. And that kind of leaves them open for loss. But the best thing is about that is that Kosh has always maintained that precipice or a presence where they don't show for days or weeks at a time. So they can use that just long enough to keep his passing, his death, his murder, if you were so to say, under wraps. And R.I.P. Kosh at this point.
It was like a mafia hit.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It reminded me of something like in Godfather, when they do the hit, like they just come in and it's like going, oh shit.
Yeah, that's true. And F for Kish and Adira. I don't know who Kish is, but yes, F for Kish right there. F for Kish in the chat, guys. Everyone remember Kish, son of Kosh. F's for all. Memes, are you coming back? I think we lost Memes forever. I think Memes has fallen into the void at this point. Yeah.
I was looking forward to what Memes was gonna say about the next episode.
And we have the Geiger who says F, and it was pretty ballsy to go after Kosh and showed their arrogance. I think it showed that they don't give a fuck no more. We're not gonna hide in shadows no more. Like they're coming out. I agree with that to a point.
Well, they're feeling confident. Nobody has stood up to them, and as far as they know, there is no resistance. They're looking pretty much at they can take anyone they want now for the most part.
The shadows are bold like Dracula's shadow.
Archer Colin, who's afternoon, evening all. At least I beat Memes. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Scroll up. You didn't. You didn't beat Memes at all. But hey, Archer Colin. It's K for Kish and F for Fish. What is going on here with the English?
So like Memes in the chat is like the earthquake, and then actually him showing up is the aftershock.
Oh Jesus Christ! Again.
I'm sorry. No, it was important. I apologize. I was busy putting out late-breaking news about the world of calendars and facial hair. But as far as this episode goes, this was a wonderful episode. This was the one that I had asked Keith. I'm like, is this when Mr. There's a conversation with a Vorlon, and there's totally a conversation with a Vorlon. Why? Because as apparently you've completely done the episode already. I thank you for taking all the time to do the hard work and all the hard lifting there. Thank you, Steven. Somebody needs to move those crystal cases. I love you too. But all I'm saying is, at this point, it's like, you're looking at it's like, do you have better technology? Can you actually beat them. And it's like, it's like, he doesn't want to lie. That's not in his nature. So it's like, all right, well, what do we do? It's like, well, we got the Vorlons. They're supposed to help. It's like, gosh, maybe you could do a little something. No, it's not our time. It's like, you really need to help us. And it's to the point, it's like, all right, the only way we can actually win this war that you put me into is if we actually ally all of them together. How do we get them to ally together? We got to show them that we can actually have a chance of victory against something that's obliterating everybody. How do you do that? It's like, I ain't leaving until you say yes. It's like, you impudent little thing. I'm getting like World of Warcraft vibes and stuff like that from like endgame bosses. It's such a beautiful thing. It's like, go ahead. It's just like, oh my god, he's just like losing his mind. And it's like, I'm a desperate man. What are you gonna do? Everyone wants to get me at this point. It's like, this man is willing to die for his cause. And then you just see that little Vorlon look to the screen, the thing. That's just like, I will do as you ask. And then just the whole dream sequence and everything like that too. It's like, it's very spiritual.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and Londo's heart gets crushed after he starts to feel again. So it's a very dynamic episode. I give it a 9.2.
All right, cool. All right, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, I have to ask the panel in the chat. I have been in talks with Patricia Tallman's assistant as of late, and I wanted her to come back on the show. Now, hold on. The problem is she's usually not available till 5 p.m. Eastern. So what I'm asking the chat and future rewatchers and the panel is, would you guys want to set aside time for when she will be scheduled to start at 5 p.m. Eastern? And we'll do the same we did last time, have a normal chat, a respectful conversation, talk about the show, and just welcome her here that we did last time. I would love to have her back, and I want to know if you guys are okay with, once we get it set up, a 5 p.m. show that will probably go to 6:37 Eastern. So what do you guys say in the chat? 1 for yes, 2 for no. What about you guys on the panel? Are you okay with a later starting show if Patricia's going to be joining us soon?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Absolutely. Oh,
Yes.
wait, 1 for yes.
You don't have to write one. What the hell, man?
He's participating in your chat. That's important.
So that is what I've been doing. She is wonderful. She has retweeted a couple of our streams. She responded right away when I tweeted her a couple of days ago. Her assistant is lovely. Other than that, I would love to have her back. We're trying to get I would love to get Claudia on as too. Bruce, we would probably have to set up some type of fund, because I think he only does that if you pay the fee. I'm from my understanding. But I want to make sure that the people who have come here, dedicated, watching our show every Monday, every month, every week, that it's not like we're taking it away from you, but just trying to make sure everyone has the chance to join us. And Memes is writing Leet, which is not even a gaming console at this point. 1 for Una, 1. I see Lana. How much later is that? The normal would be half an hour later. So we would talk for half an hour. We'd get people situated in, and then we would invite her on and then debate how much money I pay her from my super chats, because I still haven't paid her from last show. Other than that, shh. So,
we still need a group therapy session.
You can keep your turtles in your pants, sir.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't you. So I guess the whole thing is ones. Ones are fine across the board. So I guess that's what we'll do, and I will reply to her email today and get things worked out. Thank you. I just want to get that
Question
announcement.
is, which episode do you want to do when she comes back?
Or do you want to do episodes? Because lots of conversation happens anyway.
I'm thinking it will not be about episodes.
Okay.
Awesome.
We will have a talk with Patricia Tallman. I also offered that if she has any projects or works coming up that she wants to share about, that we will promote it as well. Also, one drops in with a 1.3 or one third, because I'm trying. It's really small on my screen.
It is. It's weird that it's weird with fractions on computers and shit. It's weird.
All right,
when it's a real one.
Now that I have the answer, I will keep you guys updated, and we will try promoting as soon as possible. So yeah, that will be a later show when we get that going. I appreciate having actresses and actors that want to come on and give us their time, and I would like all of us to give the same respectable time back. Thank you. That's the announcement. Other than that, we are now on to another episode. And Keith can finally feel like, oh my God, she's going to say I'm a young beast again. All right, can't wait. All right. Keith's all quiet.
I
now.
understand Keith's feelings now.
Oh, you've seen it.
Oh, no, because we leave it on a cliffhanger. And I know that episode.
For Sylvester Stallone.
You know, let me just say for the record that this really is what I have been attempting to build to since we first started all of this. Babylon Squared, one of my favorite episodes.
Yes.
And you can tell why now.
Yeah.
But again, this episode in particular was one that I have to say I completely fanboyed out when I got a chance to meet one of the actors from Babylon 5, and I just wanted to talk about this one episode. And yeah, I couldn't stop myself. I mean, Michael O'Hare from the beginning was one of my favorite, if not my favorite character, aside from Jerry Doyle as Garibaldi. So
same boat.
It was amazing to meet the man. Very kind, and really soft spoken, but it was just great meeting him and getting a chance to shake his hand and to tell him that I really enjoyed his performance and loved him as Sinclair. So, but here,
I mean, it's just such a beautiful thing because you just start off and you're like, Membar, what the heck's going on Membar? And all of a sudden it's like you see a hooded figure and everything, and then all of a sudden it's like, this was meant to be given to you at this exact time. It's like, Nani? What the heck is going on? And he just kind of looks at it, he gets that stare. It's like, I feel I'll never see him again. And it's like, well, he is Ranger number 1. And it makes so much sense.
I particularly like this, but this 2-part episode, but it's also why I think my suspicions for their new plans might be correct, because they put so much emphasis on what happens with these as a precipice for the whole series that there's no way they could ignore that and extrapolate from this.
I agree with Kate. I don't think they're going to throw the whole Membari thing out. I think there's going to be some Membari in there just because
it might be different
so
because
beautiful.
it'll be a different timeline. And I as cheesy as the sci-fi timeline trope is and gets made fun of and everything, it's done so well in this that there's no reason not to keep using it.
Like, what if it's the Membari, but the warrior cast is in control?
Right. It's something like that. Like, I mean, I can just speculate that, like, the easiest and most dramatic change would be that there wasn't a war because the interpretation wasn't interpreted wrong. Therefore, Ivanova is not involved because her brother doesn't enlist. Therefore, she doesn't enlist. And it's just this domino effect that's very natural.
Or it could be worse.
Right? Oh my God,
it could be what if her mom actually willingly became a member
exactly.
of Michael?
And yeah, it just is totally
He didn't try to,
so many options.
So
I'm back.
you don't have
He
to
didn't
really
try to rate the episode. Did he?
alienate the fans. You can bring them in for an alternate take.
Yes.
Yep.
Now, I'm
Hey,
not
so-
telling the maestro what to do, but all I know is if you're going to have a warrior cast in charge, and if you did still want to use a female-ish Membari there, all I'm saying is you should totally get Lucy Lawless.
Wolfen has a question for Keith. How many of the cast have you met?
That's a good question. I have met, let's see.
The answer is less than Keith would like.
Yeah, way less than I would like. Let's see. I've met Sinclair, Marcus, the Doctor, Emperor Catalja, and
Have you met Rosebud?
Not quite. And Ivanova. Oh, and I met
Franklin.
He said the
I already
doctor.
said. I mean, I said the doctor.
Marcus.
Lennier.
Yeah. I met Mark. I already said Marcus. There's one more person, and I met. Who else did I meet? I know I met someone.
You can tell he's in
One
fanboy
more.
mode because he's only speaking of their characters' names and not the actors' names.
Right.
Baxter.
I know.
Gary Doyle.
No. Well, actually, yes. Yes, I have. And Delenn. And I know there's one more.
Bill Mummy.
Well, yeah, I met Ivanova. I said Ivanova. So I think I've met eight or nine of the cast.
What about Zaffers?
No, I wasn't able to meet him. Yeah, I'd say I've met 9 members of the cast. 9.
I would love to meet the poor sap who was in the Nagrath suit who got shafted because he was taken out of the show. I love that character.
It's amazing It was amazing.
Have you met Majel Barrett?
No, unfortunately. I've always wanted to meet her.
Have you met Fleetwood Mac?
Well, you mean Mac Fleetwood? Because that's the drummer.
the thing is, though, I did meet her son, and
Fleetwood Mac Jr.
Nice guy. Nice guy. He was a really, really nice guy, and considering who he is and the fact that for him this is really just going to conventions is a different thing for him. Being the son of Gene Roddenberry and Rachel Barrett. So, but I had some really nice conversations with him. Nice guy.
I think you identified something within greater fandom. Those who go to cons and those who don't. And I realize not everyone gets the chance to go to cons, and I'm being a con supremacist here, and I apologize. But I never really went to cons before, and then I went to PAX and stuff, and then I'm going around. Yeah. And then even my friend, she brought up like when I went down, we started carpooling because I found out that her and her son were going all 5 days or whatever, like I was too. So it's like, cool. Whatever it was, and it's like, oh, she's like memes, like you were so excited, you're like, these are my people. And I sit back and I'm like, I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but to be fair, gamer is probably the longest held identity I've ever had.
I get that.
People remember you from years. Like,
yes, they do. I with the Renaissance Festival, I've been to that so much that I can point out people who are new to it, and then often get offered jobs. For the vendors.
I actually got offered a job at PAX earlier.
Yes,
they're like, oh, you could be an enforcer.
That's when you know
this was yesterday.
That's your thing.
People will give me cuts in line just because I remember them.
Keith has swag. Let's take a look at Keith.
That's his scorecard.
So so let's see. Met these 3.
Hey, watch where your hands are going.
Met him. Met her.
Wow.
Cool.
And where did you meet
Those are
Ivanova?
Cool.
Hung out with both these 2 in St. Louis.
Oh, fun.
That's rude.
And then met Corwin too. Lieutenant Corwin.
I've only been to 2 comic artists and author con only. 2 intimate con and a mixed con. Yeah.
Now.
Oh, that's fun too.
Is that a belt buckle?
You should make that into a title belt, Keith.
Yes.
I am the Babylon 5 supremacist. I have all the rewards and cards.
The universal champion of the world.
Oh my
I smelled them. If you scratch
the
the
Babylon
glass,
5 championship belt.
you can hear Keith be like, I scratch the glass every night because it smells like Sinclair again. It's so fantastic.
I think if we mean Keith into the biggest B5 fan ever, we could probably give him a cameo appearance.
I'll get
Yeah.
your cameo right here. I'll be the janitor.
I promise I won't hit you so hard that I stop your heart.
I hit so hard the circle closed and Babylon 4 reappeared.
Can't see his not moving. I don't know who's talking.
He's like, I'm gonna hit you hard like Cupid.
I'm a fan. I'm a true fan, but you know, I just don't need ears.
Only in the ring.
If you can smell what Keith is cooking right now, it's like the hamburger helper. Is that a religious trick?
There was a kid in like elementary school we used to call Mike Tyson kid because he looked just like Mike Tyson and talked just like him too. But he's like a little kid.
Good thing I got my license. I get to drive you crazy.
They think I'm black, but I'm not.
Okay, dad jokes are way better in Mike Tyson voice.
Considering
for
how
damn
great
sure.
Walter Koenig was as Bester, why not William Shatner as President Clark in the reboot? It's just a sign, you know, keep that TOS connection going. Like
What if James Doohan was Bester?
I think Barbara Walters should be Bester.
Yeah.
This is Psycho.
I ain't making
I'm
fun of it.
Angela Lansbury, and these are my bed knobs and broomsticks.
Bester couldn't fight me because I don't have a straight thought.
I tried to fight the shadows. I tried to fight the shadows, but there was no light on.
They should have like a Babylon 5 Chitty Chitty Bang Bang crossover.
I don't want
God.
your shitty bang on my crying.
Why are you crying?
I'm crying.
Do you want me to take you off the screen? Or are you like holding it like
he's
Vanna
waiting.
White?
They call me Vanna Tyson. I like to
I'd
stroke
like to
my
buy a
Sheridan.
vow.
Yeah,
We're just,
Like
we're
an
just
This is cool.
This is cool. It comes in bubblegum.
It takes all of his will not to chew on them, so that
I
he
thought-
can be part of him
I
forever.
thought we were
Oh.
trying to get other cast members on, not scare them away.
Oh,
like-
he was reading the
I
back
like-
of the card.
This is
I like
coming from
Sheridan.
me.
I like
Just
Sheridan
saying.
being on the bottom.
Right.
Those cards are really cool.
Yes, they are.
Good luck trying to find these.
Yeah.
Oh, easy. I think there's a full set you can get on Facebook. Whoa! Why am I? Whoa! I removed it by accident. That's not what I meant to do. Oh shit! Oh no! I am so sorry, Keith. I think I broke the internet.
I think I called it Punch on Facebook.
Friend punch. It's called friend punch. Every time you get a request, you punch them.
I'm not a mean man, except when I get mad.
What the fuck? What's going on here? Why am I on the bottom? I'm not that fat. Oh my god! No!
That was gravity.
I will hurt you. Oh my god! There. I think I got it. All right, there
Ah, why am I the bottom bitch?
we go. You've always been the bottom bitch.
Every day when he puts on his undergarments.
Oh my god.
What are you talking? Hold on, Jeebus. Oh shit! Where's the overlay? Where's the I have an overlay right here. I can. Oh shit! I gotta upload it again, motherfucker.
Professional YouTubers.
All right, I want to quickly point out to Jeebus that even in the overlay, you've always been the bottom bitch.
Ah, man.
Oh man.
Wow.
And I also like to refer to Kimball Smith. Yes, for his husband to kiss my ass.
Are you gonna sell stickers of that for Christmas? Because
I think so. Yes, I'm going to.
That'll be awesome.
You
I bet
should
people
sell
will buy a
wax
lot.
as well. So you could do like the hair removal angle. Oh, there you go. You're Celine Dion mustard.
Oh yeah, I'll use
I'm
Celine
not a
Dion
dermatologist.
mustard. Every time you open the bottle, it sings out of tune.
Ew.
I like
Followed by
Celine
Jim
Dion.
Carrey's River Dance. All right, let's get back on subject now. Token
patient.
bottom person, Jeebus should only be so lucky.
This I will say is one of my all-time favorite episodes, both in terms of the overall production, but also the script, and just trying to really make this fit in with what had been presented in the first season was amazing, and then being lucky enough to hire back all the actors that they had in that original episode to bring them back to be able to do more. Oh, just everything fits. Everything fits.
I don't know if I saw Subhuman want to say hello, but we have Lewis Cox in the chat. I like saying Lewis Cox. How are you doing tonight?
Hi,
Lewis. Hi, how are you? I do like Babylon 5 too. BI5 is awesome. It is awesome. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Cox.
We talk about it regularly here over at the Fat Steven Seagal channel pretty much every Monday. Brought to you by
4:30
Master
PM.
Grifter.
Master Griff, don't steal content without it. Where's my card? There it is. Don't steal content without it.
Keith, you see what you started.
Now you gotta start this with the Max Scalabetus.
Awesome. It's part of the Stevenverse. It's part of the metaverse. We're breaking the multiverse, Steven.
I am. I break it every time I sit down. We catered by a shitty walk. Okay.
We're going to hell.
I'm done amount of jokes. Yeah, we are going to hell.
Oh, there's some new jokes around with that, though.
So we're going back to Babylon Squared in a way. We're
I'm
finally
with Keith on this. So
Sorry.
these two episodes, the two-parter and Severed Dreams, I could watch those over and over and over again, above and beyond the other episodes. It's very well done. Now, I'm not going to point out.
Wait a second. They call it Square because there's two Babylon stations. I get it. Sorry.
It's cute. Yeah. But then, I got.
There are some time travel issues. I haven't yet to see any TV, and maybe you guys know, or movie where they do time travel without any hiccups or little problems with the story.
Oh yeah,
but this is really well done.
It is. It's also it brings back like stuff from like season 1 and 2 where we got.
I know Mark Verheiden who did Time Cop.
Go on.
Well, I was gonna say I was gonna talk to him, see if he could get you an interview or something.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I love talking about Time Cop. Since we did the splits on the desk.
What the hell's a Time Cop?
Actually, can you get Tia and Tamara on?
Yeah, right now it's all about Raven.
I don't know Raven Simone, but like the sisters and little brother are annoying.
Yeah, you told us that one. All right, Keith. I'll be right back. Take a quick second. I gotta get a sandwich from my fridge.
Oh, okay. Well, look.
Don't rate the episode, for God's sake. Stop doing that.
No. We're gonna talk about this. Look, again.
We should rate the scenes.
Steven's gone through enough. Leave him
my
alone.
foot in your ass.
Get your sandwich. Continue, Keith.
He said he's going to break something as soon as he gets his food. He's going to have to hunt something down, put it between two pieces of bread, and call us damn it.
We're so screwed if the champ is on Twitter.
It shouldn't still be funny, but it is.
I don't think that'll ever not be funny.
It's funny, isn't it?
Kate's just about broken. You almost got him.
We're gonna turn Kate into a dolphin.
So Sinclair appears on Babylon 5.
Which is where he's been since the end of season 1. He is Intel Zaha. And
wait,
I gotta say,
Intel Zaha.
What? Intel Zaha.
That's his ranger name.
Wait, did you say he
He's dressed like Chancellor Valorum.
The fun thing about him since he left Babylon 5 is he went to Mimbar. Most of Mimbar absolutely hated him.
Yep.
He had to earn the trust of everyone there, just about, including the Rangers. They thought he was a joke. It took time before they actually gave him the respect that he had earned. And even after instating him as Ranger 1, of course, the warrior caste still looked down upon him, but he went through some serious crap to get where he was. One of the books really gets into detail about it. I think I showed you before, and I haven't been able to talk a lot about it because of different things. But his main focus was he had to get this. He understood that they needed to be a fighting force. And at this time, too, he also realized that these Vorlons aren't exactly who they're presenting themselves to be. And that's one of the reasons why he gave a warning to Garibaldi. But part of the ceremony, and I always thought this was interesting, to become Ranger 1, they had to do several different things and eat a particular type of food, and it was poison to humans. And and as proof to the warrior caste that he was to be Ranger 1, he said, I'm going to eat it anyway. And they said, this can kill you. And he says, well, I'll just take a small portion. And he did, and it kicked his butt, but he did it
So
anyway.
it's like that fugu?
Yes, similar, yes. But he did it. And then he set about hard at work getting not only one of the test pilots for, but also getting the entire fleet of the White Stars together.
Yeah.
And there was something else I was going to bring up. But all this time behind the scenes, he was no slacker at all. It wasn't a cake job. He was working his butt off to make sure that he was saving lives and building a relationship, not just with the Rangers, but between the humans and the Minbari. He is the key, literally, between the two.
Setting up everything that would allow them to really create something that would, as he said before at the beginning of this episode, last 1,000 years.
Yep.
I mean, the work of Sinclair or Intel Za was instrumental in really making sure that the Rangers would be there to play their part in this conflict and beyond.
And the only reason why Delenn was able to do as well as she did was because of the work of Sinclair behind the scenes.
Well, I mean, I have to at least push back a little on. I mean, he did a fantastic job, but Delenn, she had a lot of obstacles. You know, it wasn't for her to become Intel Za was very controversial. It was not an easy thing for her to bear. She ended up, I think, serving as Intel Za for at least I think she did it for about
10 years.
19 years? About 19 years.
Yeah, but Sinclair was the first non-Minbari.
Yes.
And he opened up the door for everybody.
What was the line? He was of Membar, but not of Membar.
Well, that's yeah. But here's the thing about Sinclair, though. Sinclair was only Intel Za for a year before Delenn got it. And then Delenn held on to it for 19 years. And then Sheridan...
years is nothing for Minbari. Huh?
No, it's not. But, yeah, there's about a 100. I think Valen had it for 100 years. So,
Okay, but I have a kind of random question. Is there any books, short stories, anything that describe Sinclair's interactions with Vir when he's on Minbar? Because they are no.
There is just a hint, I believe, in the
of Raspberry,
the Centauri book trilogy, but it doesn't get into it very much. There's a hint of it.
That would have been interesting.
Well, I mean, there's, I think, a few characters that were already there. A few humans are already living there or semi-living there anyway. After I think there was already...
There's a diplomat corps that was there.
And also that young girl who they sent over.
Right.
So they sent her from Babylon 5 to there. So she was already living there before Sinclair got there. And so... Because they sent her... True. There's a little bit of a community there. you know, of humans, and then of others, because then you have the Narns and everyone else. But yeah, it's an amazing thing. There is so much wrapped up in all of this. Personally, I would have loved to have had more stories written about Sinclair's time on Minbar. Unfortunately,
really good, strong bond at that point, which doesn't get too much into it. It does a little bit in the books, especially when they're doing the fight with Marcus.
I had a question, and I don't know if it was mentioned, but did Vir and Sinclair ever interact on Minbar? Since he was the ambassador on Minbar?
That's what Kate had just asked.
Yeah, I just asked that. But
my brain just went totally out
it's
of it.
okay. Apparently, there's like very vague inclinations that they may have passed crap. Path. Oh my god.
Pass the crack.
You're a crack.
What was it? A relationship? How scatological.
While I wait for the chat to catch up, we have a $2 super sticker from the Atlantean himself. Thank you, sir. I'm trying to see what it says. I can't even see what it says.
Sticks.
What is it?
Fish sticks.
It's fish sticks?
It's a hippo eating a one-up thing.
Oh, so it's a one-up. Thank you, Mr. Atlantean. And for that, I will give you...
Hit the button.
No. Give me money.
Never
Thank
get
you. Give me money.
You know, Lewis Cox asks a question, and the thing is, he didn't know. That's the thing about this episode. When he gets the letter is when that is revealed. You know, so yeah, but not for the entire time that he's been there prior to this episode. He had no idea. He was just assigned to Minbar, and he became on Lashak, and then he became Intelsat.
There were hints. He received a lot of hints, especially in the first season. But there were some things when he was interacting with the Vorlons where, there's a hole in your mind. They're using.
Oh yeah. But I mean, that's a large leap going from "Hey, I'm commanding this station" to "I am this great leader for the Minbari." That's a little bit of a leap even for him. You know, I think he had absolutely.
Especially when he had that interrogation done by the Minbari when it comes in the beginning. I think that movie when he's being interrogated by the Minbari at the Battle of the Line, and when he remembers that, he's going, "Holy crap! There's something big here."
Wait! Who called me a noob? What is this stuff I'm just catching up on? It's already out there.
You're welcome.
What did you do?
You gave spoilers.
I didn't give spoilers.
A little bit accidentally. Okay, we're moving on.
We're only talking about part one.
We're leaving at a cliffhanger. We don't finish the entire.
You do realize of Minbar, not of Minbar, has been said in other previous episodes, right?
It has?
Yeah.
Yes, it has.
Yeah.
So it's not a spoiler because
Just continue. La la.
Wow, la. You just spoiled the only thing that was a spoiler. It's been said in other episodes. But Delenn has been talking about it. Yes, this was even during Babylon Squared, wasn't it?
I think it had been mentioned even a few times towards the. There are various episodes with the Minbari where Sinclair actually met with them, and they told him that he even talked like a Minbari. But I think that's because it's a story in the round. It's the closing of the circle. And
even the Valen talk, when we had Marcus eventually show up, there's been other points of time in the episodes where they've been talking about Valen. He was Minbari, but not of Minbar, and stuff like that. That's been going on for a while.
And a lot of that is who he was. I mean, you're talking about someone who, again, everything that he had studied, everything that he had done was leading him to that. You know, becoming on Lashak in a way was kind of like that time that he spent, with the monks. You know, he wasn't an out and out warrior like Sheridan, but he was capable. I mean, he was a capable commander, but even he constantly, I think, was questioning why he was placed in command, and it was because the Great Council knew. They knew. Although go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, just in my opinion, Sheridan is a better military commander, whereas Sinclair just overall, just as a leader, being able to cut across all things and just build those long lines. I mean, just his presence about him. I mean, Sheridan is good at that too, but Sheridan is more the action oriented, whereas Sinclair is. I mean, even Marcus at one point says it's like, in order to understand what Ranger One said, it is said that one must look at it through a mirror while hanging upside down. So, does it work? It's like, well, yes. Either that or you pass on will have a vision, but otherwise the effect is the same. I'm like, that resonated with me. I love it.
It is, again, this is, I think you also have to understand that I think the Minbari kind of are seeing what they want, but now knowing that this is all because of time travel, it isn't so much that, you know, we are becoming more like Minbari. It's the fact that a human traveled back in time and became a Minbari. That's really what it comes down to. If we're gonna speak like this, then let me just put it out there. You know, Sinclair is someone who has the skills and the personality that is necessary to win that kind of war back then. He's got everything, you know, but he's not the kind of presence that they needed right now. You need someone like Sheridan. Period. I don't think if Sinclair had remained in command of Babylon 5, I do not believe that they would have made it all the way through that. And again, I love Sinclair, but I also realize Sheridan was necessary.
Sinclair was necessary for his own purpose, whereas Sheridan, like you said, that was required just as far as a militaristic just strategy and just like even just battling a shadow. Oh my God, how the heck do we defeat this? I don't know. Let's not like display all our capabilities and do the bonehead maneuver. My apologies, Mr. I mean, that's the thing. Sheridan, that was what he was made for, and just even the previous episode, just with Kosh, it's just like literally, it's like he's looking at the pieces on the board. It's like, how do we win this? Well, we need to get these people together. How do we get these people together? We need to show them there's a potential of victory. How do we do it? We need to use the full ones. It's like, all right, at this point, it's like, if nothing happens right now, it's like, nothing else is going to matter. It's like, Earth's going to get me. They're going to put me up on trial and execute me or re-scramble my brain or something like that. And it's like, if we don't get all these folks together, it's like, the shadows are going to obliterate us. So it's like, all right, you're literally stuck between, like, I don't know, a boulder and a volcano that's erupting. So Battle of the Warlords, again, I don't know.
It's a really well done episode. And I keep falling all over myself about this, but I really love this episode. I like the way it was written. I think all of the characters in this particular episode are hitting on all cylinders. Everybody reacts and they do the things that you would expect them to be able to do. That's the other thing. They don't undersell or undercut any of these characters to make the story fit. This is exactly the reaction that you would get from these characters, knowing what you know of them. To react,
be their most robust selves, like in their nature, what would they do? And you see this even with like Zathros and everything. It's like, Drawl is using a great machine to do this and everything. And it's like, all right, you see the Zathros family there. He comes in there. He's like, Zathros is used to being beast of burden. Very difficult life. Probably very painful death, but Zathros is good at offering you to offer. You're just looking at that. I'm like, that's such a beautiful thing. It's like it's touching upon the sheer fact that it's like, all right, this is absolutely true, but everyone has their purpose in that point. And even Sinclair, he's like, My path is now clear like an arrow loosed and everything. It's like it's just such beautiful poetry. I love the way they end this episode. It just completely resonates. It's like, well, it's like, why does somebody say that before you do something incredibly unwise? Tradition.
Well, now I will say this, okay? You know what? No, I will save that for next week. There is something I was going to say, but I will save that for next week. But I will say this other thing. It is correct. One of the things that I think it's easy to forget about Sinclair is that I think Sinclair is a better hand-to-hand combatant. I think he's definitely someone who is a little more dangerous in hand-to-hand combat. I think a lot of that has to do with how, well, in real life, how tall, Michael O'Hare actually was. He was slightly taller than I was at that time. So
he's also a ranger.
Also a ranger.
He's kind of the perfect Minbari because he's very religious, very much a warrior, and he's not afraid of hard work.
He's a mighty morphin Minbari.
Oh, God.
Yes. Yes, he is.
Go Minbari. Mighty morphin power Bari. Sorry.
Well, I think I remember saying before we started the show that I had to watch both of these again. And I hadn't really clued into the fact that even Delenn wasn't clear on every single detail originally. She knew that that Sinclair was special. Okay? But she didn't know how special until she got her letter. A lot of this was clipped really close to the vest in order to make sure that these events actually happened as they were meant to. Because if anyone knew actually the whole story going into this, that would have ruined or would have had the opportunity to ruin a lot of this. I mean, all these things had to be thought through, and they had to be weighed, and it had to happen in the order that it happened, or else it was never really going to happen. So I've watched both these episodes so many times to try to figure out, well, maybe if they did this, or maybe no, it had to happen this way.
The circle closes.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, again, if you receive a letter from yourself dated from over 1,000 years ago in your own handwriting, I mean, I think you're going to want to believe what you tell yourself.
At that moment, you go, derp.
I mean, for me personally, I would need therapy for a little bit. I need to really.
I don't care if it's from myself or not. It's like a letter dated to you from 1,000 years. How did you know? What is going on here? It's like something.
It's like Marty McFly getting a letter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not so much the letter as it is what the letter says. It's just like, oh, so I'm supposed to do what again? I don't think I would really. I mean, it would be great to receive a letter from myself dated 1,000 years ago, but I think that would even go by the wayside. It's kind of burying the lead with what's in the letter,
Let me ask everybody on the panel and even the chat this: what would you say would be more surprising to you? Basically, finding out. Basically, right now you must do this because this is what you must do. Or having a situation like Sheridan, where it's like, do not go to Zahadun. So well, of course I got to go to Zahadun, and I'm going to die. Which is more impactful? Which would make you go? It's like you need to go someplace and die, but at some point in the future, but you might be able to avoid it. Or Sinclair, it's like you must do this because I don't know, prophecy.
Hello, Bureau 13. Nice to see a new name in the chat.
Let me say this, Memes. Up to this point, all that is, as far as Sheridan is concerned, is just what people are saying versus receiving a letter saying, hey, this is what you have to do or else everything ends. So
three times the ships, I hear.
A letter from the past with your name and your handwriting and in Latin script from an alien word.
Things that make you go,
Things that make you go, huh?
I think that's a little more impactful. I mean, someone telling me I can't go someplace. Okay, you're telling me, but you give me a letter from myself, and it's 1,000 years old, going, hey, guess what? That's gonna mean something to me.
That's some creepypasta S right there.
Pretty much. Well, I mean, would I lie to myself? I mean, come on. I mean, what would everybody else do?
I would lie to myself.
Honestly, hey, monkey, remember, nobody has ever lied to themselves before.
Oh my goodness.
Is crapping my pants an option?
I'm actually wearing pants today, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
Continue, Uncle Keith.
I was just, what I mean is, if you found yourself having to make that decision, either go someplace where a few people that have been saying, if you go to this place, you will die, versus receiving a letter from 1,000 years ago from yourself telling you, hey, you have to do this, which would be more impactful to you? Which one would you be more inclined to trust?
My base instinct is to go with more of Gimli from Lord of the Rings. It's like, certainty of death, small chance for success. What are we waiting for? I know. I'm going, oh no, how dare I be a centrist? But no, that's the thing. That's why I asked it as a question. I'm like, you have this thing, people are telling you something, it's like, here, you wrote to yourself. Oh, yeah, you didn't exist. What? It's kind of creepy.
Again, creepy, but it would have to be the contents for me. Exactly what the letter said. I don't think I could wrap my head around that whole. I mean, for one thing, this has been sprung on you. Hey, here's a letter from 1,000 years ago. It's got your name on it, and it's your handwriting. And first of all, if I had that kind of letter, I would have to believe myself, because I would, using your middle name, on it would certainly get my attention. So, given how I grew up, and you hear that middle name, you're in trouble. So that would get your attention. You would know that about yourself. So,
can confirm.
Just saying.
That's true.
How about you, Kate?
I mean, unfortunately for me, I have the personality in which I am going to do the thing people tell me not to, or that I can't. Whether it's loudly or quietly, but it depends on the circumstance. But getting a letter from myself, don't we all find our old stuff and then looking through it, it's like, oh, I guess that happened. So,
Keith, you gotta calm down. You gotta calm down on the spoiler things, because Tickle Trunk's gonna have a stroke, then a seizure.
I'm shaking.
In the private chat, he's like, he's turning into Keith.
I'm sitting here quietly just vibrating, listening to Keith talk.
Hey,
not in that way that it sounded like, but in the way I meant it.
Mr. Tickle.
But yeah, no, I generally will, like, hey, you go do this thing over there, horrible stuff's gonna happen. And I'm like, oh really? Let's go try this then. So
you'd write yourself enough to go do it.
No, that's not the context of the question.
No, I'm asking. Is that what you meant? Because I'm confused.
No, I'm answering Keith. He said, if you're told not to do this thing, what would you do? Is that more
okay, I get it. Sorry.
Automatic reverse psychology.
Yeah, it's or would getting a letter with your middle name on it be more impactful than everyone saying, "Hey, you're going to die at this place. Hey, you're dying at this place."
Don't go in there. Hold my beer. Watch me.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, are they all from Florida?
No.
jeez. I just think that, yeah, okay. Anyone else say a danga?
I wouldn't write one to myself. I'd get somebody else to say, hey, you know what? Put a little note that says you need to be here at this place. But other than that, I wouldn't. It's one of those things that I've been placed in not time travel situations, but enough to where I would know how I would respond or what I would like. And I deal far better with unknowns than knowns. And I just not write myself a letter at all.
I would write a letter to myself, be like, remember to have your pen sipped at this date, at this date, at this date. Remember not to open your mouth to then. Remember to look both ways before that, this, and that, and wrap it up.
Get into Bitcoin early and buy stock and
yeah, that's a whole different thing, though. I mean, like, I could tell my 13-year-old self to, hey, just start doing that thing that you like so much. I'm like, yeah, it'd be a totally different world.
Just remember to pull the blinds next time. The neighbors were watching. Oh, okay, thank you.
No. We should be accepting here. No, you're basically just talking about like the Doc Brown thing. It's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to communicate? It's like, all right, I would like to change this event. I'm not recommending it. I am not an actual chronomancer. That's the time wizard. But all I'm saying is, basically, if you're going to do something, all right, is it noble? Is it good? Here's a basic thing. See, for me, it's like I feel like I almost got to just kind of like, I'll go with like what Adega was saying there. It's like, I feel like I would write myself riddles. So I would need to solve those riddles. Because it's like, all right, it will make sense to me then. But rather than just saying do this, it's like, all right, I might try to do that too well. Whereas if you just give me a generalized idea and I can write a narrative in my head as I'm going, it's like, oh, this makes more sense, and I could respond more spontaneously. Might not always be the smartest thing, but I feel like it would work for me.
I mean, it kind of inches in on the if you see yourself in the future kind of path crossing. Is that bad? Is that good? What happens? Yeah.
Wait, everybody doesn't do that?
Yeah, I got a door right next to my bathroom that's called Multiverse Steven. I just walk.
This is why I always crash my wave function, because Steven is. Never mind.
It's called the Crisco-verse meme.
Crisco-verse.
I hear it might clean things out. Not a diet.
It's not like I would go. It's not like I would go back in time and kick my own ass, but I thought about it.
You're from Butter Crisco time.
I would have told myself to go back in time and bite the left and not the right ear.
I apologize, Mr. Time. Oh, my dad lost money on that fight. They said they didn't feed the champ before then. No, wait, no, he was the challenger. Mr. Tyson, you're still the champ to me, Iron Mike.
So he won $1.50. God, I got $1.50. That changed for $1.50.
I don't have a
You should try to get a Crisco sponsorship.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that will go over so well.
You never know.
What am I going to do with 80 pounds of Hey, Crisco?
You don't need to buy it. You just need to say it's worth buying.
You'll be like
You don't have an imagination.
I did have an imagination.
They sell lubrication in like 100-gallon drums, just FYI.
Why do you know this?
I've been around the internet for a while.
Why are you looking up that, particularly on the internet?
No, it was on somebody I know's wish list.
It's vegan-free lube. Let's go. Like fried chicken.
I don't know if it was vegan-free. They probably
I
have
vote
that,
you
though.
dox the person.
What? No, that's probably already happened. But no, monkey, bad monkey.
Did you just spank your monkey?
I was gonna say, please don't spank him.
I was disciplining the monkey that is probably older than me. I apologize.
Are you literally like talking?
Let me apologize to the monkey and move on with the episode.
Stop shaking your hand like that when you're talking about
Zathros remembers Zathros.
Zathras.
Dude, I would totally love to play Zathras. That would be awesome.
That would be so awesome.
That
would never show up on
be
time in a time traveling episode. It would work.
Zathros is always late, but shows up exactly when Zathros need to be.
Yeah.
See, if he comes next week with like Zathras makeup, I'm out.
Don't discriminate against furries.
They don't have like a
Zathras
filter.
Zathras filter.
The stream is not sponsored by Brownies.
Brownies.
Where'd it go?
The room goes silent.
I don't know.
Zathros not
I didn't hear the right word.
Persalot quickly says, Steven, that explains why Memes is always late. He needs the time to solve the riddles he sends himself for the future, so reminder to be on time. Yeah, I think that's it.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Conform?
Riddles has many riddles.
Memes, do you have a Pornhub account?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
I have a blue check mark over there, and on Dave Rubin's locals, on my
Jeez.
locals.
Anyway, whew, that's
Pornhub goes like, we know this guy.
I need to update the OnlyFans terms of service thingy.
Oh no. Oh no. Anyway, about this particular episode. Yeah, for me, you know,
Whoa, what's that?
Kate?
Is somebody shaving
the face for the Zagreb costume.
I apologize for my misogyny.
What the fuck was that? You hear a weird vibrating sound and you go, Kate?
Now, to be fair, I offered to buy ex Mrs. Beans a sex toy, but then she was offended that she bought me a sex toy. But when she bought her vibrator, when it started vibrating, she jumped in my arms. She wasn't expecting it. She also didn't believe in giraffes. Continue.
What am I getting dragged into that I don't want to be part of?
There was a vibrating sound in the
Just ignore the last 5 minutes, okay? Just ignore the last 5
come on the show today.
Yeah, y'all need to stop making assumptions about me.
Yeah, just ignore the last 5 minutes, and we can just
Yeah, I like this
sail on with.
when I'm on the panel because it makes everything so smooth with hardwood experience.
You sound kind of far away at the moment, sir.
He's leaning back to
So I
enjoy
don't
it.
blame you at this point.
That's the right spot when eating chicken wings.
Oh, jeez.
What kind of chicken wings? Bone in or bone out?
I don't know, but they're still moving.
They're still moving.
Oh,
Like the
wow.
red rooster chicken wing?
Memes, are you coming back? Or are you like trying to get that foot out of your mouth?
Wait, what? I'm busy going on an apology tour because it's required.
I got
It's
this.
like all
I
roosters
open
are
my
chickens,
mouth
but
and
not all
things
chickens
come
are
out,
roosters.
and then I need to correct them. I'm sorry, Kate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apology tour.
I would expect an apology video for your vibrator colony
It's a good thing the internet isn't forever.
anymore.
Uh-oh.
Song that never ends.
It's like the vibrator that goes on. My friends.
Some people
people
started
start,
and
I don't know what they did, but my boys really
at least monkey isn't eating
language
chips.
will find it did.
Chips.
Oh, yeah. Let's get back to that week.
That was funny though. I'm eating chips.
Chip eaters.
Oh, jeez.
What is that?
He wants to be Zathras, so I guess he's pre-gaming.
That is the end of armpit hair.
It says
Yeah.
I'm coordinator. Oh.
My taint is finally hardwood.
Oh, maybe you might get like a one of those sponsorships to the lawnmower.
Yeah, that's me on a lawnmower. I can so relate to that. Well, screw it. I am like this video because now of how insane it's getting. Well, thank you for liking the video. I didn't know if you didn't like it before. But
This
yeah,
episode of Manscaping brought to you by Master Grifter. Don't steal content without it.
Manscaped. I shaved there too.
Oh, jeez.
There you go. So
The
that-
episode.
yeah, this episode was a good episode. I know it's a two-part. A lot of people are like, what the fuck? Why did you cover the second one? Because I can not need to make you come back for more.
Good reason.
Basically, this episode is a kind of like a pseudo Mission Impossible type scenario, where they're having to go back in time to the
20
basically to the
6 years.
yeah 6 years to the launch of Babylon 4, and it turns out that they were the ones that actually stole it.
Mm-hmm.
So retroactively, Sheridan's a thief.
They're all thieves. They all took part of it.
They're all thieves.
Almost Sheridan's response is like, wait a second. Are you saying I'm the one that stole Babylon 4? Because he's basically he's a man of honor. He's supposed to. It's like this is the biggest mystery. Wait, you're saying it was me? And it's like, whoa. And it's like, John, do you trust me? It's like, with my life. It's like here's the most extraordinary story ever. And it's like, oh, go on.
The Babylon heist.
What the irony in all of that is the fact that, one of the things you learned about Sheridan when he first came on board was that he loved mysteries. So that's the ultimate. That's life's way of just saying surprise. You like a mystery?
Surprise, asshole! You did it.
Yep, that's like the biggest mystery. And guess what? But it's going back in time, and he finds out that he will be leading the team that will steal Babylon 4, and on this team they decide to take Marcus and Ivanova, pretty much everybody but the Doctor and Garibaldi. Now Garibaldi, go ahead.
No. We should just. Well, the sheer fact that it's like, all right, all of a sudden you're getting back there and everything. It's like, oh, Chief, you missed Sinclair. It's like, oh, it's like, well, oh no, he just head out. It's like, no, he wouldn't do that and everything. And it comes to the point, it's like, here's an encrypted message. It's like, I'm sorry, I couldn't tell you, but it's like, why? You totally tag along, which is absolutely true. So I mean, that was.
I like the password thing that he has to get frustrated with. That's entertaining and endearing. He's like, oh, it's so obvious, and then
blah this socks, blah pants, this belts, blah blah. It's like, oh, hello, old friend. Oh, 3 words. Durr.
Well, I mean, again, it's anyway, Sinclair represents, is the physical representation of the second chance that, Garibaldi got for his life. And so I think Garibaldi really, he and Sinclair are just the best of friends, more like brothers in that sense. I think Garibaldi thinks that he owes Sinclair everything. And he's disappointed that he probably missed him. But I think it was good that Sinclair was at least able to leave him a message, although he couldn't leave him any details because, that would work out kind of badly for what they're doing. But ultimately, this will lead to Zathras handing out some stabilizers because, you're going back in time.
Yeah, temporal stabilizers. They don't shift through time, so they maintain their place in the time era they are without affecting themselves. Which also relates back to Babylon Squared, where we see that spaceman. The astronaut. Yeah.
Of course, now we find out the other half of that, which is every time you saw that spaceman, it was a different person. But hey, that's part 2. But again, I keep saying it, and I really do mean it. This is one of my all-time favorite episodes of Babylon 5. I just found the writing to be solid, and everybody was just great at it. I mean, everybody gets a moment. For these 2 episodes, everybody gets a moment, a very memorable moment.
I love Marcus's at the beginning, where he just disappears in Marcus fashion to reappear again, because that would be the optimum time for something to go wrong. So he just disappears. I love that circular logic.
This was a franchise episode. It's like you said, because even Ivanova, it's like, we're outside of auto-targeting systems. It's like, can you hit it manually? It's like, I'll try. It's like, you ask Ivanova to do something, she does it.
Yep.
Is he in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Memes, say something.
Something.
You're in the fucking bathroom.
Hey, little dragon fruit. Continue.
Are you serious? Oh my god, he took us into the bathroom?
Oh, I'm not Steven Seagal. I'm so offended.
We're Babylon 5 and has
It's
gone.
Babylon 4, not Babylon
5
Deuce.
show has gone before.
It's not Babylon Deuce.
Leave me alone.
Hey, memes, just say Captain's Law.
Hold on.
Clear conversation. Hold on.
Makes sense.
It was at this point memes of destruction tried to squeeze out a turtle head while screaming Membari.
That was before the show.
Oh my god, I can hear the echo of the bathroom.
Wow.
Bathroom 5, yes. We only need 5 flushes. Remember to wipe twice.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sorry.
Today's word is bidet.
But don't.
No, seriously, bidet. Bidet.
It's great acoustics.
The last
and Flutes are creepy stalker. He'll be playing the shaved White Walker. The sounds of showers and bathroom microphones. Only the classiest entertainment here.
Fact.
Pinky up, I say so. Pinky up. Everyone should start clapping for memes. You can do it. You can do it. Squeeze
It's
that.
been done.
I can tell. You wash your hands?
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Yeah. He's definitely squeezing a turtle and yelling "Cowabunga."
Donatello. Oh, Michelangelo. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
My poopy stuff.
It's a reality show on YouTube.
This is not a reality show at this point.
Those are scripted, though.
I was gonna say, haven't you been on like YouTube before? I thought the entire thing was supposed to be a reality show, or at least that's what people try to
It's
play
not
it off as.
Bukkake
It's
Five.
anti-synthetic.
Some just a little more real than others.
Out the
Bukkake
sheer
5 is
fact
that subtitle
from
for,
humor.
Home Alone, Home Sweet Home Alone.
Ew.
Oh man, that.
Oh, the aftershave.
I still
Wow.
had
The
a panic
original.
attack because I thought I died and went to hell.
Why did you go see
You know
it?
what?
That's so weird.
Ladies and gentlemen, it wasn't the fact that it wasn't that Memes was actually in the bathroom doing
He
number
was.
2. He was actually in the bathroom working on the Discovery script. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It isn't
There you
complete
go.
until it's
So it was like shit. The Final Frontier. These are the boys
I
that
learned
left Discovery
everything I
script.
knew
went
from the
with my
Discovery
ass.
Channel from up till the 5th grade. Except for clocks. They taught us clocks in school.
He's scrying.
and still that's a better written episode than everything they've had in the first 3 seasons of Star Trek Discovery.
So what you're saying is Memes has his own personal pooping computer, a PC.
Something like that.
Oh.
Well, I mean, when you're utilizing
Powered by
so much
Yankees.
coffee in certain areas, brought to you by Walton's Greatest Blend. I don't think I'm supposed to be talking about that. I apologize, Stephen.
You've already flushed on stream. I don't think you can go any farther. Don't.
Don't dare, people. You heard Kate.
I don't
Okay,
tell
Captain
people what
Vibrator.
to
She didn't say
do,
anything.
so-
She said meme. She said like clip that. Exactly.
So this episode was good. We get a second part, maybe next week.
Maybe.
Maybe depending on how things work out.
Some of us might be feeling kind of flush.
A little clogged around the end.
Because I believe the
Several
quote
things
is,
that
that's
several
so
things I
hot.
wanted to bring up that I couldn't because we need
It's
next
the
week.
Mulberry plunger.
All right, wait. What was there, Digga?
I just say there's several things I wanted to bring up, but I couldn't because we need to do it next week. I know I didn't want Mr. Tickle Trunks to beat the crap out of me. For
I was losing my mind in
spoilers.
chat.
I feel you, brother. I feel you.
With
It
fun.
wasn't us. It wasn't us. Just feel better that it wasn't us this time.
that's good.
'Cause it's usually me.
Very, very minor spoilers that'll have better context next week.
You know what? There seems to be a lot of Discovery talk. Look, let me just say this officially. Given what we've seen out of Star Trek Discovery, they are pretty much incapable of even writing an episode half as good as this.
They can't even write the ending credits.
I've never watched the ending credits to what you're talking about. I'm sure it had like names and shiny things.
Even the show's commercials are garbage.
Yeah, well, that's not up to that.
Oh, while we're talking about that and that Paramount Plus shit, get ready, guys. This was announced today during Xbox's 20th cello anniversary. Told you.
Didn't they already do that?
Nope.
I feel like there was a Halo thing on Netflix, but it didn't really. Seem
No,
like
that was the mini cartoon series.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
the mini series is decent.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to watch longer. Yeah. I got ADD.
I just thought it was all stuff speculated and in works and never came to fruition.
Wait, there's actually going to be a Halo series with the Master Chief?
Yeah. There's actually a series on Paramount Plus, but I think the best way to do a Discovery intro song would have Yoko Ono do it.
That'd be like weird as hell.
Look at Keith's face. Look at Keith's face when I just said that. You don't want Yoko Ono, Keith?
What if the chief was one of us?
I just remember meeting
Played
like the son when I was working at Buffy.
Some of us
Because he was dating one of
reached out
the
and quit on us, and then did other things.
He's a chief. Why we gotta call him master?
Welcome to City Walk. Can take an order, please.
I apologize for my racism.
That's Joan Osborne.
Where do we go from here?
Wait, is the champ on Twitter? I should invite him.
Oh,
Mike Tyson.
Rude to talk about people behind their back.
It's also rude to talk to people while taking a crap.
I'm a fan.
Hey. Number 2 was before. After was number 1.
Oh, you don't want Mike Tyson to hear you now after we've been making fun of him.
No. I saw him and Roy Jones. No.
I love to solve those mysteries on Netflix with that talking pigeon and my Asian daughter. And that gay ghost we got on the set.
It's my favorite soul. I like it.
I like Scooby-Doo so much I close your eyes. Where is it? Plumigamized.
Oh, he is on Twitter.
Oh, damn it.
Doesn't mean he writes his own Twitter.
true.
It's the shop official Mike Tyson apparel. He's got laser beams coming out of his profile photo.
All right, let's start wrapping up and rating this episode because I know Dig has to get going soon. Go ahead, Mike
Jimmy
Tyson.
track corn and I just don't care.
Did you know Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of bacon?
It was water.
It was bacon.
It's water.
It's bacon.
I'm pretty sure it's water.
Bacon flavored water.
Sweat water.
Bacon flavored water.
Is this what going mad feels like?
You weren't already mad? Are you
like
sure? Do you have paperwork that confirms this?
Well, they both went into The Voice again, and then I heard sirens in the background.
Oh, yeah.
They're after my Lucky Charms.
Do you have charms?
I have charms. I have a bracelet on my ankle next to the timer.
I'm more of a Cheerios good.
I like them multi-grains. They make my blood all squishy.
Give me the power to be able to like punch somebody's chest and stop the heart.
I hit someone in the head so hard I forget.
Boxer jokes.
They said nothing below the belt, so I just put my pants up real high.
That's a Three Stooges joke there.
I had to pull down the elastic just to see where my opponent was.
These are my lawyers from Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
You know what I love about this? Keith kind of sounds like him, and Fat Steven sounds like Eddie Murphy doing an impression of him.
What did one say?
You hear it, right? I'm not the only one.
Yep.
I'd like to do the writing. My dad got me crayons. I didn't know they weren't edible.
It was a Play-Doh. Is Play-Doh edible?
I mean, Play-Doh's a fun house, so I built my Bobby house.
I once beat this guy so bad, he actually thought the game Operation was just how you put a human body together.
Oh.
All right, I tweeted at the champ.
I hit a guy so hard that he thought Jenga was an architectural lesson.
I sent him the link to the stream.
Oh dear.
If Mike Tyson shows up, I'm like, hey, bikes.
Think you on Netflix? I love Netflix. You're that funny guy.
Somehow I think your response may be a little different. I could be incorrect, though.
So what we learned today is like Mike Tyson is everyone's favorite character.
Yeah.
I invited Ambassador Rodman on once.
I'm Mike Tyson, and I love the George Foreman grill.
Did you know that
I beat it so hard I got a sandwich.
That
Shop official Mike Tyson apparel.
Did you know that Hulk Hogan had the first shot at doing that grill and not George Foreman?
Oh, you came to me, open the door. Oh, yeah.
You turned it down. Hulk Hogan turned. Could you imagine that?
The Hulk Hogan girl.
Of this girl? No thanks.
I'm gonna have to turn this down, brother.
It'd be like Hogan's press.
Oh, dude, it would have been so good.
Are you serious?
Hogan's press with Japanese and everything would be amazing.
He literally just tagged Mike Tyson about Babylon 5.
That's what I said. We were talking about
Christ.
it.
Jesus Christ is a real man. I am on the wall in my church.
What's the worst that could happen?
He punches the internet so hard, we switch back to dial-up.
Whoa!
God.
We should make that meme. We should make that meme. Mike Tyson punches Steven Seagal so hard he boots the entire internet back to dial-up.
Oh boy!
Not Steven.
What?
Like, what if Mike Tyson punches a real Steven Seagal?
Really, kids can hop on a plane to China.
What if you respond to the actual?
Why am I imagining like a live action like Peter Griffin versus like the dude in the chicken suit?
Okay, all right. Before we do more Mike Tyson, let's rate the episode. I got only up to 5 numbers in my brain.
I hit Steven Seagal so hard he actually became a better actor.
Like Babylon 5. Punches him in the face.
You want to know where they got the title exit wounds? Because of all my punches.
9.6.
I killed it all. Gets a 9 for me.
I'm still. If you think so, like Vince McMahon.
That's not a rating.
Why
this is a 10 part 1, and the next episode is a 10 part 2.
I have to give this episode a 9.5.
What? This is one of your favorite episodes.
No,
we took away 0.5 because you were bitching in private
next
chat.
episode. Continue.
0.5 was taken away for the constant complaining in the private chat.
I hit that 9. I hit that 9 so hard it had to give me 0.5.
I hit that 9 so hard it turned into a 4.5.
Yo, Mark D, how you doing?
I hit that Mark guy so hard he became a D.
In some version of the multiverse, Mike Tyson sees that and actually hears you talking about him. This is why I do it. I'm just putting the wave function out there. Whatever universe it happens in.
Okay, but what if he calls the actual Steven Seagal and he's like, "What the fuck's this thing and this ship stuff on the internet?" What are you talking?
No.
Oh no! And it starts the great Tyson Seagal War of 2021. I apologize, everyone. You're welcome.
I can't fight that, Steve.
And everybody split into 2 sides, Tyson or Seagal.
Oh my god, why are we planning my future death? What is this shit?
But we're talking about the actual guy.
I gotta scoot, so I give it a 9. I won't tell you the problems with time travel. But like I said, I got to run, and I give it a 9. And maybe next week I'll tell you where the issues are with the
Yeah, we'll
episode
see you
time
next
travel
week,
stuff.
Dega.
Yes.
Thanks for being here.
Have a good one, Dega.
I love it when you write those coloring books.
They're sexy.
Sorry, Jeebus, go ahead now.
You're gonna be like that one guy in the last episode. You're gonna feel guilty for starting the war.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. But there is one thing I do want to share. I'm not going to feel guilty for anything. I have no soul. There's someone tagged me in today, and it's actually a little video. That's actually pretty cool. I can't play the audio because I don't know if the music's copywritten or not. But ladies and gentlemen, the creation of my avatar. I know this is it playing.
No.
It's black.
This is the artist who did it. So you're actually watching what my screen has right now. So I'm talking over the music just in case.
Is that a Jitsi Lemons?
I don't know.
You don't know
If
who
it's
made
just
your
music,
avatar? It looks like no, because Jitsi Lemons, he did my avatar as well.
Yeah, Jitsi,
and he did the same thing, and he was actually quite accurate. He's a great artist. He did Tunnels one too.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to see you all getting here.
I hope this music doesn't get me claimed right now.
Just turn off the music if it's just the whole thing.
Yeah, just mute it.
Yeah. That's quiet enough, probably.
But yeah, that's pretty cool work.
I realize, no, dude, he puts out such great artwork. He's done so many folks within this greater fellowship. This side of the internet, all of a sudden, I just got a message one day. It's like, hey, I did an avatar for you. I look, I'm like, that is freaking amazing. And he tied in so many different things with the deep lores and everything. And then he did this video as well. So I had to review it while I still had a beard.
Yeah, he did it for me too. I got a random message one day, and he had the one with your name on it, the one without the name. Then he gives you the full colored versions and all the other variants.
Yeah.
So yeah. So if you can't, Jitsi's pretty awesome. So afterwards, I will link his channel or her channel, whoever. But they're very talented.
Yeah, nice.
They're not done yet. It's rumored that his moves once made Chuck Norris dizzy. That is true. Yeah. It takes a lot of skill doing that kind of stuff. A lot of people, that artistic value is pretty cool. So I thought I'd just show it off because I got tagged today in it. So.
Got a wonderful level of detail. He incorporates so many different little things. Hold on, let's change my avatar.
Yeah.
Nice.
Rumors of his he spelled few wrong.
See, it's so good. It's so good. He put some melodic music and everything, and like he did my avatar like right here and everything, and it's just like the way it comes out. I'm like, it's multi-layered. He sends you the multiple versions. I'm like, whoa, this is better than stuff I paid for. I forgot to include him in my credits for like 6 months after he made it. I'm a terrible person.
And that's it. He even did that screen, which is pretty cool. Thank you.
Ooh.
So
Very nice.
what I'm going to do is quickly go to his channel because he's definitely criminally undersubbed for the amount of work he does. And yes, smash that like button. Thank you so much. There you go. And that's where you can find their stuff. Thank you, Kaylee. Give him a sub, right? And just make him. Let's make that shit grow because I think he deserves it. Especially for his kung fu pose right there. It's just, like I haven't even done it. I couldn't find his channel. There you go. Look at that. Already up to 147. He's going to be very happy today, I hope. Thanks, guys. So with that, we're going to wrap up. This episode's been pretty cool. That is cool. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. There's a lot of things out there. A lot of great people doing things for people. Thank you so much. And Jitsi, if you're watching in the future, sorry. You guys ready to go?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Mike Tyson, you want to take us out?
Love you, champ.
Oh yeah.
Mike Tyson.
What?
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I'm over here.
And with that, we're out, guys.
He's under.
This is kind of cool. Yeah, I can't read them all.
You can't read
What's
shit.
these directions?
I love this madhouse.
And I will update the community tab or on Twitter whether or not next week is going to be the episodes or a special night with Patricia Tallman. So I'll reply to her after this show's over. Thank you everyone for being here. I'm also on Twitch. I do game radio, pretty much constant copyright-free music that is stream safe while I play some video games. So just check me out there too. Throw a sub, throw a follow. And I'll actually get that link out for those that don't know. Find me on Twitch there as well.
What if we got Miss Tallman and Mike Tyson?
I'm not being part of that.
I'll be part of it.
Go get some sleep, Apollomies. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, panel. Thank you, Adega. Thank you, Sanity, for what's left of you.
You're welcome. This stream has been brought to you by
Thank you. Thank you, Wolfen.
Don't steal content without it.
I gotta update the members list. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Tickle. It's okay. You can do it again.